one, but
Did
apparently I
you
just
know
got
that?
it.
Oscar?
Yep.
Mine are all on paper, not on
Card.
card.
What's going on, guys? Oscar started the stream without telling anyone again.
That's the third time this...
I gave them multiple warnings.
He did
He
say
did.
1 minute.
He said
actually.
we are live.
He said
that's
1 minute
not-
about 45 seconds ago. I
Yeah,
demand the stream. Hey,
Pay.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've
Welcome,
made me really paranoid about the fact that I haven't.
Right?
everybody.
Right? Fuck you, Glenn.
Today we learned that neither Josh nor Hannah can count.
I can count.
And neither of them know the alphabet, apparently.
Excuse me, cantrips are not a number, okay?
Alphabet.
Oh, I know about the alphabet.
I will have you
I know
know
that.
You know about the alphabet.
Oh, I
You
know
about it,
the
yeah.
alphabet.
Yeah.
I will have you
That's
know
as
that
far as it goes.
cantrips are a number on my spell cards.
Yeah, but that's you. You're
Zero.
special.
Yeah, I am. What of it? You're just jealous.
Tell me more.
I mean, yes.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing, everybody? We're doing weirdly, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's one of those
And
days.
I did a thing.
What did you do?
What did you do?
My thing.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that's
yes.
fine. We'll get to that.
No.
Don't put it up straight away. Jesus Christ. It's things and stuff and
That's
stuff
how
and
I love
things
Jesus.
and also tomorrow there will not be a bananas, unfortunately. Anna's sick, so she won't be able to do the stream. So disregard what I said last week about it starting tomorrow. It's going to start probably next week.
Rest in peace.
Things are still under revision, so if times change, we'll let you all know on Twitter. So go over there and give us a follow, and you'll be updated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Previously on Maxed and Doubled, you guys, that's the Calamity Hunters.
Hey, that's us.
Hey,
It's us, guys.
don't speak for me.
Spent about a week of downtime in Yom, having just
Right.
ended by no fault of your own a battle with the Horsemen of War,
Oh, thank God, don't blame us. That's nice.
and needing to get some errands done, feeling like you're a little unready for the situation that you've gotten
Unready.
yourself into.
Underpowered.
You worked on getting a number of magical items,
No.
increasing your spell repertoires,
Yeah.
and increasing your proficiencies in your skills.
Yeah.
The week concluded, you have made a deal with Alba, the Mestre Jarl's personal supplier of magical goods, for her to send you the remaining items that you have on order in about 2 days' time when she finishes them. And you are preparing to head out in whatever direction you happen to decide on now, considering you've discussed a number of different ways. So,
Yeah.
Dice.
as it is now, yeah, that's a good idea. As
Oh,
it is
yeah. Can I
now
borrow some?
the morning of
Yeah, most of mine.
Thank you.
the morning of day 325 for a falling 21.
Just to rid of
You
any
all
sense of
together at the plateau on Party Peak.
Yeah.
The party on Plateau Peak.
That probably makes sense, yeah.
The plateau on Party Peak. What would you all like to do? And for a brief moment here, while you discuss this, I am going to show people something.
So this was, we just woke up, sorry? Was that, what just...
You've woken up.
It's a new
It's the
day.
morning of the 21st. I'm going to assume,
Hey, it's
because
my
there was
thing.
one thing, you guys had to pick up some items on this day. I'm going to assume that in between whatever you do now and later,
You
you
picking
do.
them all out.
So we've
I mean,
already
yeah, no.
kind of dealt with that.
He's a wizard.
But as you can see on the screen right now, that is Sariel's treehouse, the floor plan of it currently, after
There's
the
only one of
very
these.
high rolls last week. I looked at
And
the camera
help.
as if it matters right now.
Where's the other set? Like the others.
There's a couple in there
But
that don't have sets.
feast your eyes
Like,
on the floor
that-
plan.
That D8 closest to you.
Oh, I'm gonna get triggered with this one. Okay, thank you. You know what? All I
And
have
it's
to
a
do to
pretty
stop me
good
from being
floor
triggered
plan.
is by looking at those.
It is,
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm
It is
a
a
fan.
very
I have
floor
one of
plan.
those too.
Courtesy of
Why?
Because you gave me it.
the Jesse.
Yes.
The-
Pregnancy
The
of the
MN0P.
husband.
The MN0P.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I have a friend who actually calls him Nope.
Relations with the cool
I call
guys.
him no.
No.
It makes me think of Mbop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say before I went to sleep, I would have spent the time to put those scrolls into my repertoire.
How long does it take?
That is a good question.
It
It,
Doesn't it
doesn't
like
matter
a-
to
it
him.
takes a short. You can take I think it's a long rest. Or I can't remember. It's in the book. Can you tell us what the book?
It'd help if I had my book, so I'll be right back.
Oh
Yeah.
That. Wow, we're organised tonight,
They're
guys.
doing really
Not
well.
only did one person not have any of his stuff because he was doing awesome stuff during the day, which he didn't invite me to, I'm not bitter at all.
You're gonna be there for the next awesome stuff. Don't you worry.
Better be.
You're an extra.
The other one didn't even have his books out, and he lives here.
See, you know what my problem is? I haven't read beyond this part. Playing the game.
You haven't
Okay,
read beyond
so-
character customization.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time there.
Hope you like vibrations, guys.
So,
I didn't actually feel a thing.
yeah.
I was mainly talking about them, but
Oh.
Our
So-
audiences
Wow,
don't
I'm just
inside,
not
they
even
don't feel a
important.
thing either.
no, it's true.
Process takes 2 hours.
they were
and
going-
okay, for each level of the
Okay,
spell,
so they've gone
Up.
off
the
north,
process takes 2 hours plus
almost
50
certainly
gold.
by sea.
And I
Yeah.
believe one was 4th
So-
level.
Is there a scar
No, one was-
around there? Or is the scar this way? I think the scar's that way.
We encountered the
really
scar that way. I don't know how much it extends.
Right.
Scrolling.
Silkus, you did some
spells.
research on the scars, did you? Do you have any
Um,
idea of where they're located, whether they'd have to pass through one if they were going north to Equinora or if they were going straight to Dracane?
Well, do believe Scarlands come across just the coast of most of the continents. Is that correct? Yeah.
So, like,
So
entirely...
it's
So, like, any way that you went, you'd have to go through them?
I would say so. It's a bit. It's not exactly a pinpoint area to go. But it's at least better than scaling
Which one's
all
the,
continents.
the
More
dragon
scaling the
ones?
edges of them. Right? Is that how it worked? The Scarlands were basically off the continents of each continent.
Dracane.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of going around the coast.
The coast of
For the most part, following the coastline.
it was just of every continent.
of
or-
each
yeah.
continent. There were
Is-
exceptions, and this was all listed in that book that you
Yeah.
read
Okay.
from the self-proclaimed seismologist.
Yeah. So where we are right now, I believe they're heading up to Chimeria. I believe.
Oh.
No, they're in the water somewhere.
They're heading
Were
up
they
north.
already? They already
North.
gone past that then. So
around
they're
They've
right
already-
here. So there's a good chance they could be going to this island here. That may be the coast on this island. I don't
I-
know where.
I
what
honestly-
is this island?
Part of Draking.
I honestly think
Dragon.
that they're heading.
I mean, think about
To the
it.
dragon
War,
kingdom.
I
war
think-
is that black dragon ball that I mentioned.
No, you think.
Dra-
You think war is that black dragon?
Quite. There's enough evidence there to make a good assumption.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
Is there,
I have the facts.
Is there
I have
like
information. There's no faith
You
in
didn't
this.
roll that high, okay?
is there,
I
are there
rolled very
Scarlands,
high on that one. Thank you.
that
I rolled a
run
26.
through continents
That's a
where
19.
people have like
Okay.
just
Ow.
built towns and stuff out of sheer force of will and stubbornness. It's like, no, I want to build here. I'm going to. I don't care what the laws of physics say.
Is that
Is
is
that-
that
Are you
other,
asking Silkus, or
hold
are
on,
you?
is that Glenn?
This is Glenn asking.
What I'm saying though, that is more of a
Can
what
I
they
roll
call
for-
Glenn's
have I read
will.
it?
Roll a history check.
That's like Glenn's will.
Roll to guess.
18.
18.
I've done some
As
reading.
far
on
as,
Scarlet.
as far as you're aware from what Silkus has described and from what you've read, no one's ever settled in the Scarlands. But
Well, I just mean
Okay.
if it's like
I reckon they hit it there.
It would have taken 4 hours to get those 2 spells and 150 gold.
cool, spend it.
So,
So I would have been like part of a short rest if anything.
Okay.
Like before I went to sleep. Sorry.
so I,
Taken from the book. Taken from this.
if we are to finally
Sure.
drop back into in character,
Sorry, it just had a
Yeah.
because those spells you had to prepare. You also had to prepare your spells.
so I would be in favor of heading to the Isle of Ilm, which we think they're not at, and doing what we can to get an idea of what there is there, and if we can, like, destroy some of it in short order in such a way that they wouldn't have an effective stopping point if they were to come back, that would be ideal. And then from there, heading
Force them.
north to Dracane to follow your lead.
Force them into a direction so they have no choice.
No, force them so that they don't have a backspace to go to.
That's what I'm saying. Force them into a direction where they can't go back. I like that.
Keep
Good
them
idea.
as far away from Yom as we can
It's
by
not running
destroying
away.
Yom.
If that's the best idea, considering for the time being, I don't think we're quite equipped enough to take on war. Honestly,
I think we would if we had
I mean,
some backup.
yes, I'd agree. However, I like this idea. If we explore, is it the Ilm?
Isle of Ilm, yes.
If we do explore there is we could. I'm sure we can figure something out. Although,
We might find some
Didn't-
gear there or something.
wasn't the idea that we were going to check out Pestilence, check and see if the corpse still there, let alone see what is more down there? There could be other things that we've never.
Yeah, but we've
we
already
haven't looked
blocked
into.
off the entrances.
I think
We could
I think
probably
it would be
get back
more
in there.
more worthwhile to
think-
leave that to the
Scouts
Maestri
and
Isle
stuff.
scouts to do the
I
follow up on
agree.
that one.
I think that we should keep moving forward rather than moving backwards.
Fair.
I mean, war's going to get further away from us if we
And
backtrack.
hopefully, at Ilm, we'll be able to find some more information, some more.
Just like solidify what we already know and add
It would be
anything
yeah.
else to it.
especially good if we could find some kind of information that would verify your theory, and then we
Cool.
could go to Drakeen and hopefully head in a more specific and concrete direction, have an idea of where they might be heading to.
It
And
sounds
we
like it
can know
might have.
who we can call upon for backup over there.
Sure. It sounds like the Ilm might have been like a pit stop of sorts, possibly, because they're about to travel so far across the ocean. That could be exactly where someone.
No, wrong character. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, young.
It's been a while since you've been in that character.
No, it was last night. That was Ambrose. That wasn't Brett.
Oh, that was Ambrose. That's
Oh,
right.
no.
No, Ambrose is like a smarter, less heavy on the accent.
I actually
Ranger
thought you were going
technically
with
with
Brick too,
guns.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bit
You have one accent. So do I.
I don't know. I beg to differ.
I don't.
He doesn't beg.
Well,
Just
fuck you then.
I have a friend.
Absolutely.
Actually,
Fuck
we have a friend who always goes back to Dracula
I
voice.
don't know if you're dead. I'm
Ozzy.
sorry.
Yes.
He
Okay.
always goes back to Dracula voice, no matter what he starts with.
Oh,
So,
that's an idea. We have.
Hell's
Yeah.
a pit stop.
and
Well, it's a term of basically you stop, revive, survive, and then you make your way. It's very regathering sources.
Traveling isn't that difficult if you just keep doing it.
We haven't been doing that for long.
We don't move fast enough to crash into shit.
Do you think?
Well, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about War and
Do
his
you think
army.
that War's army actually
War co-
needs protection against the Scar as well? Or do you think that
I
they
don't
would
think
probably
War
just travel
cares
through
too
it
much,
quite
honestly.
I
If
think
it is
easily?
I think
Yeah, but surely the man can still drown.
no, but if Doldra,
Here's hoping.
if Doldra is actually the is it War, and I have a good suspicion that it is the case. If that is the case, then she doesn't really care.
Yeah.
She simply does not care about her
So I guess she will
military.
still have a sense of self-preservation. I'm just wondering if anything in the Scar would attack her as well.
Oh, I'm sure there's something
I
sad.
Again,
mean,
here's hoping.
the manner that they got the entire army out, either they dissipated through some like summoning nonsense,
Quarterly type thing.
or they like what I mean to say is that it doesn't sound like they're left on ships, which means that they might not be going through the Scar like as a region of space and be using some kind of teleportation or whatnot to get around it.
I mean, there
or
might be ways to
do
travel.
that weird thing which your horse does.
Yep, I was thinking about that as well.
But
Maybe
can you do it with that many people?
Only with
I'm
two
not
others,
100%
wasn't it?
sure that it's past War to just leave them behind.
Because they were.
Yeah, but the scouts said that there was no sign
tiefling
of them.
bitch. He'd take that Eladrin, Varamus, and he'd take himself. That'd be it.
But what if he has more connection to the bullets than you do? Maybe it's something that he's had over time, so he has more power. Oh, she, I should be honest. She might have more power
Or
to actually. Oh, they. Yeah.
That they would make it easier for you.
Well, we know the War is a woman, and we know Doldra is female.
Do you know that War is a woman?
Yeah. Well, we assume anyway.
You assume.
You assume.
Not you, as in we all assumed last session. I was not just the only one. I dragged you
but
all
we've
down.
gone off you since you put those new spells in.
Out of alphabetical order.
So
That was the killer.
Okay, so I'm in favour of heading to Ilm to gather some more information, and then after that, depending on what we find, rough plan of then north to Dracane.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that sounds... I'm curious now. Did we know that whether they actually went through Chimera or went around Chimera?
They didn't go through.
They didn't touch Chimera or...
They didn't touch Freighter Town either.
Or Freighter Town. They went past
They
both.
went through it. So they went through the mountains, was it?
They went... So, open up your
Because-
map to Dale and Dar.
Yeah, because I believe it was like a mountains between
So,
those two places. I mean, look, going to...
You've got it.
I went too far.
No, the mountainous range is up here,
Oh,
so
they're up
they
there.
can go underneath it and out that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
so
They...
next one. So, Freighter Town is about here.
Yeah.
Chimera is about here.
Yeah.
You guys
I
are
see.
right here at Yong. They've come up this way. The Daling Range runs up here and then splits up this side and up this side. And they've crossed the Daling Range and then they've headed up here. So they've bypassed
between.
Freighter Town, but they've headed up out. And there's Arkenhau.
Didn't
here.
we, though...
So,
Didn't we, when going to Freighter Town, we went through mountains from Chimera? Where are the mountains
no.
from?
You went through the Silver Rainforest, which is all around Chimera here.
And
Oh, I
Crossed
see.
through
So
the
Chimera's
rainforest,
all around
Hit
here.
Freighter Town, and then you head this way
Gotcha, it's there.
and cross the Daling Range.
So
to get
they've
into-
legit going right between. I mean, I don't really expect Chimera would let such an army even get close to them. So there would have been something. I feel like
Well-
there might have been something that would have happened, some kind of incursion at least.
maybe, or perhaps they were just far enough away that Chimera either wasn't worried or didn't have time to mobilize.
Would I know?
It was a large group of people.
I would know a little bit about the military when it
You
comes
would?
to it. Would I know that if such an army gets that close to Chimera,
Roll a
they
history
would.
check.
What did you say
Target.
was up in the top
With
corner?
advantage because you
Yeah.
are familiar.
What did you say was up in that top corner?
Arkenhau, the city of Arkenhau.
How do you spell that?
Roll again, see if you crit.
Arkenhowe.
Oh! So I rolled a
Natural 19.
Natural 19 and
And a
natural,
natural 19.
and a natural 20. Natural 20 was my first roll. So
Natural 20 on your first roll.
yeah, buddy, that's
What
the
does
first
that
roll
make
of the day. That
28,
makes
isn't it?
20. Oh no, Arcana was 8 because we had that plus. It would be a 27.
You still have that plus. That was a permanent addition.
for
to
that,
your-
but that was
Yeah,
only
but
for
that was a
Arcana.
history check.
You
Oh,
made me
right,
do
yeah,
history,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna dispute. Like, sure, I write an 8 there. I ain't gonna fight that.
Yeah. So specifically asking.
Yeah, what would military do, or what would the Chimera do
Okay,
if something like
so-
that got so close to them?
From your time around the military personnel of Chimera, you are aware that they tend to be pretty lax about anything outside of their direct sphere of influence. Something that may or may not have been spotted heading past Freighter Town isn't necessarily a threat to them directly because of the way it's run. Yes, logically it is a direct threat to them, but
Yeah.
the way that the way that the military there is run is very lax. Very much will deal with it when it happens, and in this particular case, you feel like they got close enough that they would have started worrying, but they were still far enough away that even if a force was rallied to move out there, it wouldn't have gotten there before War and the rest of his army had already disappeared.
Alright.
It's kind of a barren area around there in the middle of that triangle between Chimera, Arkenhau, and Freighter Town. Up in that top area on the coast, there's not really a whole lot going on there. And there is a mountain range in the way. Speaking of the mountain range we're talking about, it's a very
Yes.
small mountain range that surrounds Chimera. I've just realised what you were talking
That's
about.
what I mean. Yeah.
Very small mountain range that just surrounds Chimera. It's kind of like the ground goes up into these very short mountains and then comes down into the valley that is Chimera.
So it's more like a hilly area than
Kind of.
yeah.
Australian mountains rather than Swiss mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, If that's the case, they probably still have quite a strong military following. Following Doldro. So I don't really know if they've actually. Do we actually even have an idea how much they lost on their side after this invasion?
Well, I would say very little that I'm aware of.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Although it didn't seem to bother her that much, even if she did lose.
Like I said, Doldra doesn't care for her soldiers.
They didn't go into the ethereal plane, by the way. I've
You
been
can
working
tell.
on that in my head, but that's an umbral talent, I would say.
I'm sure that would have.
So
That might have
if
actually.
they're
triggered from
outside
Yon.
of the sphere, if they're outside of the umbral network, because I haven't been able to raise Varamus, there is a possibility.
And the idea that
Didn't you say that top coastal section was within Umbral Connection?
no,
the last
that
time you kind of laid
It
out.
is that one.
It is. It's
Oh,
within
I
Umbral
see.
Connection. It's
Up-
just a
upper
pain in the
direction.
ass to navigate that whole area.
But we
it
were
is within
told that they
connection.
had left.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
they're now on the
reach of
ocean,
umbral
so they're
network.
definitely not
Yes.
connected to Umbral.
So
If he was summoning them, can you cross over sections of no Umbral Connection using Umbra if you go like from Umbra into Umbra? If that makes sense.
I would say you'd have to be able to, otherwise the teleportation network
He
wouldn't
could
work.
have a battery.
When there's a chance that the battery, or it could be something like you, where you're a living battery. So
Yeah.
could be a similar case.
Could be,
Speaking
there
of
could
batteries-
be a lot of that material
They do
in
still
your
have
tattoos
some.
I just
in the armor.
maybe. I
Actually,
just had a thought of how we can take them down.
I'm all
But it would
ears.
take a massive political,
Oh boy.
Blake from
Like-
Mayor.
a massive political cooperation between pretty much all the cities on the continent.
Oh,
That's
That's
sound-
not a good idea
that's not gonna
considering you're
happen.
wanted in Usain.
It
Don't
sounds like it would be easier to get
Say
an
continent, not
army.
world.
It does sound like it would be easier to get a large army.
I mean,
I'm not talking about an army.
No, I'm saying
I'm
I
just
think
talking. We get all the horsemen in one place, shut down the Umbral network. We use the batteries and we kick their ass.
true,
But
but
there's
then
only
they can
4 of
also
us.
use the batteries off us.
It's only three.
Batteries are an AoE effect, right? So anyone that has Umbral connection, they can use the batteries. Even the batteries are active means the other ones they can
That's
cipher
true.
off. So
Or maybe we could talk to.
that actually
I wanna say
happened
his
when we
name's
went
Lenny,
for Pest
but I know
Those
it's not.
creatures sense
The
Umbral
warehouse
connection.
guy?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
You picked one
oh.
of the least important NPCs to bring to mind.
Hang on.
Well, see, here's the thing though. I like the idea.
But if we
But
can
it's-
get a direct feed, the batteries wouldn't be AOE. They'd be
I mean, you probably have to go more of a actual proper
like
hardline
contact,
connection, not
physical
Wi-Fi.
contact. Yeah.
You have to, you
What the
have
hell
to-
is Wi-Fi?
surely that'd be.
I mean, it's
surely there
willful.
would be some way of depriving an area of Umbra without depriving the continent of Umbra.
Well, there is
Sure.
such thing as anti-magic fields. I wouldn't be so surprised if someone's cocked up an idea of being anti-umbral. That
I mean, they're basically the same thing, right? I thought they were synonyms.
Well, we found a happy story
Yes,
and
yes,
then it sold
yes.
us a town map.
yes.
That's
But
in here.
the thing is, I like your idea, but no offense, it's
Lucas.
a little bit pie in the sky to get
His name is Lucas.
all these nations
Lucas.
to work.
So close.
Get all these nations to work together.
Who
No, I'm
handles
not
the
talking
import,
nations.
export,
I'm
and
talking
manufacturing
nation.
of the
One nation.
batteries.
We bring all the horsemen here,
All right.
and we kick their ass
So
here.
Chimera, Yong is neutral, and they already they're not exactly working well with each other since that
Ow.
incident with the crazy guy.
Hey, I'm just floating the idea
I know,
out
I
there. It's not
agree.
like we don't have time to
I'm not
sort it
saying
out.
it's a bad idea, but it's still a little bit, a little bit too.
Doesn't mean we should take it off the table.
I agree. It's a
I
good
think
strategy,
think
but we
we'll
don't have the
Take
resources
it
for
and
yet.
put it to the corner. Put it in the
Put a
maybe.
You're
Yeah.
almost pushing it off the table.
No,
Put
no,
a
it's the
pen in
weight
it.
of it that's going.
I think I would be very excited about getting to take them down and depriving them of their Umbra. Although I
That-
think it will be difficult.
Seems to be the most poetic way to do it, honestly. But again,
Honestly, thought you were
I
about to say
know,
pathetic. And
I know
that's
how
what I'm talking
Chimera
about.
is. It's not exactly going to happen. Trust me. Dad doesn't really want.
If
women
we can
like
find a
that.
way for them not to be
So.
able to use our batteries, then I'm keen.
I guess we need to talk to Lucas, who I've just remembered the name of, without any external help.
You are so lucky I keep notes, boy.
I am.
Oh God.
So
He's somewhere in my
okay,
drawers.
so
Gross.
you wanna have a talk to Lucas. Also,
I just clicked for it.
I don't.
do we have access to teleportation to Ilm?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if
it
Young
shouldn't be
might
that
have.
far
don't.
to.
We
The-
could talk to
I-
Master Al about
I
that.
believe there's a teleportation network. I suppose it will probably depend on the Mestrial's political
Connections there.
Are there any towns on that
goodwill
corner?
over that area. Yeah.
Like
Up in that
Young-
corner, not in the corner. In fact, most of that kind of coastal region adjacent to the
So we
kind of
is-
strait there is.
Would we know where the? Would I know where the
Part
nearest
of the
town
barrier
is? 'Cause
jungle.
it's my.
But I know about.
There's nothing much west of Chimeria. There are towns south on the western
I'm just
coast.
wondering if we can sort of get something around there that we can then travel upward.
There are towns on the western coast, but they're further south.
Yeah.
And no one
Are
goes
there
there
any
because
settlements on Ilm?
Not
That have
north.
Umbral
Okay.
network.
Honestly,
that
it
would
might
be one part.
require us to actually do a bit of traveling.
Yeah, we
instead
might
of-
have to go by foot for a ways, but
Instead of,
Well, that's what I'm
relying
wondering
on
if there was
teleportation.
anything down on this side because we're all the way over here somewhere.
yeah.
So if we can get over here and with a teleport, then we only have to travel.
Hopefully we can get
Why
to at least say Freighter Town.
Would you?
Chimeria seems like a good one to avoid for now.
Well, I was just thinking, would
Still,
if we could teleport to Chimeria. Now, I could probably persuade actual access to that in sense where with my connections, and then from there we just run like hell and get out of that city.
Or
good
we
idea. We'll just put it over here.
We could see.
Oh no! It's
Oh no, I
it-
dropped it.
We could see what towns in the south have teleportation
Yeah.
capability.
yeah.
Kettle.
Don't
Sounds
you
like a
start.
good idea.
Kettle me
We-
like
I'm
the
getting a
devil.
headache from this.
Yeah, we should ask.
Like an actual IRL headache.
We should ask what options are available to us, or
Ugh.
what options are available to the Mestrial. Ideally, because I got the impression her teleportation connections on the continent are a bit sturdier.
The only problem is, I guess, is just obviously the current dealings between Chimeria and Yon. And I feel like...
That's why we're not suggesting
but
Chimeria.
what I'm saying, though, is Chimeria does have quite a large hold over Delanda in general. It's one of the largest city. It's the largest city, isn't it?
It's the largest city in the world.
In the world. So if Yon tries to do anything and they find out, that could be problems for Yon. I
see what you're saying.
I suggested Chimeria because that's the one way I had the most connections.
Yeah.
that could
Yes,
work.
but we're also in trouble in Chimeria, and we've been warned not to go back there because of our involvement in saving.
I don't
that
want to
stupid
go to
tiefling.
Chimeria. I don't want to go to Chimeria at all. But if it's the best, more direct route to get, and then we
It's
can try
not.
from there.
It's possibly not. I mean, if there's some towns on the south side that we could get to via
And we're
teleportation,
here,
we
right?
should.
Yeah,
What's in here? This is just ocean, water.
lake
It's
by
a
the
lake.
looks of it. Maybe a
It's a
swamp.
lagoon.
Yeah, I'm never gonna play a character that knows geography. I'm not gonna.
Well,
bother.
you got to remember, Ice
swim.
Ranger.
The
Yeah, I know.
Ice
You
Ranger.
do. I don't know anything about
That
maps.
central
I don't know
area
about maps.
is the Eston Vale Swamp.
Ooh.
Ex-
So let's not go to
it's
a
a
a-
huge.
I don't
huge
like the
swamp.
idea of a
The
swamp.
witch hut is right there.
Oh.
You know what's really funny is there might be a witch hut.
And it might be there.
That's why I said it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not there. It's just there.
Almost like I
instead.
know things.
Stop
Okay.
drawing on.
Almost.
Stop drawing on John's map.
They're
I'm
drawing your own.
gonna draw a smiley face.
No.
You want to have a look?
We need a print of this. Can I get closer? Focus.
So-
there we go.
That was real
West of
comfortable for me.
Chimeria,
Thanks, guys.
not far to the west, is Valenralt.
Valenralt.
They are
How do you spell
quite,
that,
they're
sorry?
still quite close. VALEN.
Yep. E-N.
Yeah. RAULT.
A-R.
RAULT. So they're fairly
Yeah.
close to Chimeria, and still
I
you know
missed that.
a solid while away
I
from
know.
the edges of the barrier jungle.
I realize.
And then to the southwest of Valenrel, you've got Patrisk, which is Patrisk. And then over on around about here, you have Everbeth.
Everbeth.
Yep.
I like that. That sounds nice.
Where were
I'm
the other two
worried.
from?
So Patrisk is right around here somewhere. Valenrel is right around here.
What was the spelling for the one starting with P?
Patrisk. Patrisk.
I've always spelled that.
Those are the
Oh, I
three
see.
closest towns to the
I
barrier
got
jungle.
Valenrel and Patrisk. What was the other one?
Everbeth. Everbeth.
Oh my god, you talk too fast.
Ever.
Right.
Beth.
It's like Elizabeth.
And what
but
direction
wrong.
was that one? Just straight south or southwest or like?
It's on the
Patrisk.
western coast. It's as far west in Dalandar as you can get.
No, it's not.
So
That's as far west as
I'm imagining that that Silkus has used his like display memories trick and like pulled up a map of
Yeah.
Daeldar,
I'm sure I've seen a map sometime in my history.
and we're all like,
only one.
You've got you can show a basic map. Like
Yeah.
It's blurry.
You've lived in Dalandar your entire life. You know the geography of the place.
Yes, I
And I
definitely
would
have.
add to it because I
Nudge,
live
nudge.
in forests
Backstrap.
around the ways.
You're mostly familiar with east of Chimeria, and slightly south. Silkus is more familiar with the overall geography of Dalandar.
You got this.
Yeah, Josh is really bad at geography, so it's even
We
worse
know.
when it comes to fancy geography.
It's okay
I can't
because we
even-
have a Jessie. IRL Josh and Hannah have a Jessie.
We have an army. Yeah, we're trying to find it. Jesse.
Please help us
So-
find.
okay, so I'd be in favor of Everbeth if we can get a ride there.
Doesn't
Because
like
it
that.
feels like we're gonna need to get onto the Isle of Ilm. The Skylands aren't in the way, right?
No,
they're
it's-
further out.
The skull. So
It's around the coast.
roll a history check.
So fuck. Wait, who?
You.
Me.
Can I have a look at the map?
Dice.
Sorry.
Oh. Could I just take that second roll for my advantage? That was a.
This is what you get for rolling somebody else's dice.
Forfeit them.
I know, but you didn't bring yours, so
I don't know how to take this. That's
Take it
13.
lying down.
13.
it's really irritating me that you haven't organised them too.
What'd you roll in your history check?
13.
13. As John says that to you, you kind of make a connection. Because it's not very widely referred to or even acknowledged to the fact that the Skylands exist, except for specifically intercontinental travel. That's really, sailors are the only people who ever really talk about it because they're the people it affects. But you make the connection that, oh yeah, between the island of Elm and Dalandar, there is a Skylands area.
I mean, it's more of
It
a
hooks around between the
a sailors
strait.
thing that it's more for sailors and whatnot. So there is something there.
Okay.
How to get
Which
there
is
would
going to
be
be problematic
So-
because we're going to have to go through that.
after these
Okay.
boats.
So in that case, are we going there by ship or are we trying to use magic stuff to get to the Isle of Ilm?
I don't have. I
Um,
don't
How
have-
big is the gap
I don't have the
between
water
mainland
walking
and
spell,
the
so I
island?
guess I'll have to use boats.
It's more than 500 feet, yeah?
Yes. Very
Could-
much so.
I don't want to go. Yo, how about you go and I just make my stay here? That's fine. I don't want to go on a boat.
you're funny, Silkus.
Yes,
Which reminds
that's
me, if we are
exactly
going to
what
go
I
on
was
a
being-
boat,
yep.
I want to go to a herbalist
I'm
before
all
we
about
leave.
jokes.
Okay.
Oh no. Never
Do we
trust
know
the
roughly
cracks.
how long the journey would be
Yeah.
from the mainland to that island? Like if it would be a
Not
couple of
at the
days?
These
Well,
don't exist.
So we want to get to Scarlands. And the best way to go through there is
This
obviously
is an old map.
we want to go through the swamps. Well, we want to go around the swamp, but we'll
Well-
go that direction.
Ideally, we can teleport to Everbeth and
Still
we'll see how
pretty
that works
accurate,
out.
but it's-
I don't really know how
Yeah,
the
well,
political landscape on that one, so that would be interesting to find out either way.
yeah, I mean, the network reaches there, so I don't imagine your Chimera could actively block it, but I guess it depends on what Everbeth's stance and allies.
Well, I know Young has the experimental technology when it comes to tracing through rule, which I don't think Chimera actually has anything like that. So I feel like Chimera might not be able to do anything in this regard.
We should let's go speak to people that we want to speak to, and then we'll talk to the Mestriel about whether
Seeing
she
where we
can
can go.
So where do I
authorize
wanna go?
teleportation if some sense. To
I want to go to a herbalist because if we're going to
Right.
do seafaring travel again, both
Right.
Silkus and I require me to find the ingredients for that potion that John got me.
That's good, and I do want
I've
to.
never been on a boat before.
Oh,
well,
that's right, you
then
travelled.
possibly for you too, because
Wait,
you
no,
might
I have.
get seasick.
No,
What?
When?
you bamfed over there. You cheat.
Yeah, but like, it's
Oh yeah, you've been on like a barge, like a cargo
Okay.
barge.
Yeah, but that's not quite open sea-ish.
Okay. Oh,
There's quite a difference, trust me.
is that?
Oh, yeah.
He
Feels
threw
like-
up the whole way,
I also passed out half the time.
and he got
Hit stroke.
sunstroke.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
It's
I
a
want to find
fun
ingredients for at
I-
least 10 days worth.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh. Oh, then we gotta travel all the way to Drunken. Oh.
I'm going to assist
Michael,
because
why-
I found them in here in this city before.
Why
That's
can't
true.
No,
Assist. Roll.
no.
Roll.
Oh no.
Please roll well.
Can I assist her on that search?
Please roll a 4.
Sariel, roll with double advantage.
Yay! I rolled a 1 before.
Am I assisting her?
Yay! Okay. Investigation, right? Pretty sure it's
You don't
dirty.
need to.
I mean,
It
yeah.
is a dirty 20.
30-20.
That's my assistant.
You find easily
So
enough. You find, in fact, the same location that John previously visited to buy these ingredients, and you get 10 days worth for 3 gold,
Okay, can I make it 20 days worth then?
6 gold.
Cool. I was waiting for the price tag before I got too invested in it. Cool.
Okay.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
That's a
Oh.
wrap.
You said 6, right?
Yes.
6, yeah.
Let me say.
Don't forget what you
All
had
right.
before.
And you were talking about Jacob, right?
Lucas?
Lucas.
Yes. That's
Sketchy Jacob.
Same name.
Sketchy
I mean,
Jake.
That's
in
a
Chimera,
problem for another day.
in
I
Chimera,
mean,
Lucas is sometimes nicknamed
You
Jacob.
wanna head off first, and then we deal with it some other time.
yeah, probably should.
All right.
So, seeing as how I've got to convince someone that it might be worth looking into quite a bit more, then I guess we should just deal with that at another point when we don't have a missing teammate.
You can discuss it all you want. I don't know. It's not up to me to believe you. Really.
Actually, it is up to
It
you.
kind of is.
No, not really, because I might be one person that disagrees, but I'm just one among many other nations in this
That
continent.
disagree?
So,
But
whilst
there'd
everyone's
be no way
discussing, can
to
I start
deal
making
in
the potions?
peace.
Because last time I didn't get the exact amount of days that I had ingredients for, because I didn't roll it that well.
If you can try and break the tension between Young and Chimera,
don't
then I
need to-
might believe
I
you.
don't need to broker a tension between Yoln and Chimera. There's already one there.
Also, while I'm thinking
No.
about it, can we sell the smelly boats and the crude Morningstar? And
Please!
I
Yeah, now
I
I've got
don't-
access to it.
Jesus, I've been waiting!
Now I've got
Do you know
access.
how much they smell?
Why don't you go do
Yes,
that then?
yes, we do.
I'm gonna go and
the
sell
smell-
these things with a vengeance.
The smell is coming through all our bags.
Yeah.
It takes a few hours to brew them, so you need like a few hours
That's
of
fine.
a fairly
Well, we're not probably
stationary...
going to leave until the morning, right? So I'll go back to the treehouse and do it.
Alright, I
I
want
thought
If
we
that's
were
the
gonna
case,
leave
then
today, but
I'm
I
going to
guess.
go
As
No,
fish
because I don't
housing.
want to get sick.
people
I
who
really don't
will
want
buy
to.
these smelly boots and
We-
these.
There's goat skins and there's a crude morning star. And
I
something.
think
All
I'm
that
gonna
sort of
go with
stuff.
you, and I'm gonna just say afterwards we can just throw them out, you know.
I want to sell.
Or, you know, we can
Rolling
sell. I'm
investigation.
totally able to help you with
Large,
that.
smelly
Oh
food
no!
goats,
I throw them out.
goat skins, crude bat
What'd you
legs,
roll?
morning star. Am I crossing these out
9.
that I wrote down?
9.
It's
Oh.
with modifiers.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on. Was it 9 or is it 10?
You got a plus.
Anyway.
It's 9.
Sorry, string.
Goodbye, bag of holding.
Bye bye, bag of holding. Don't have enough room here because Josh has giant shoulders. It's 10.
What? I'm just here having a good time.
You are unable to find. In fact, most of the people you approach about them are repulsed at the fact that you would
We still
even
need to
try
work
to
out
sell
if we
them
can even go.
such
So,
trash.
yeah,
You know
so
what?
that-
Would you like some help
that's
with
right.
that?
I
So
just
we can-
thought.
we can leave in the mornings.
No, you're not
They
there.
probably will have to work out how to send us.
Message.
I don't answer.
Rude.
I imagine.
Did you
that there's
message
a
me?
Fixed teleportation.
You
system
didn't
they
listen
could
to your
use
speaking stuff.
in Thrakrath.
I leave
I
a
have a
message.
speaking stone.
I leave a
They
message.
said that they had
called your
access.
My,
to
my
Well, I'm gonna start
voicemail
making
goes.
them anyway.
Yeah, fair.
And
That makes sense.
It'll only take like 2 hours. And then I can meet you.
I'm
guys.
mainly looking for someone to buy the Morningstar because yeah, it's crude, but a blacksmith can have a bit of fun with that.
We do have
Like the
Um,
blacksmith, like this is a large piece of metal.
You do manage to find.
Basically.
You do manage to find someone who wants to buy the Morningstar.
Hell yeah!
And you are able to sell it for 5 silver.
You
Pretty
could-
much as a hunk of metal.
Well, this is what's next.
Could have got 7 silver.
Hey, 5 silver, still 5 more silver, and 1 less thing in the bag.
Do you mind if I throw a handful of things just in your fire?
There's
Depends on
3
what they
goats.
are.
There's 3 goat skins in there.
I'm just saying you could
You've got
get a
some
little
goat
gold
skins.
with a guy that
No,
has
thank you.
plus 7 to
Smelly eating
persuasion.
boots.
Where's the nearest
I can
landfill?
haggle.
Just dump them down an
The
alleyway. It'll be
cliff.
fine.
Just chuck them off the cliff. That's what most people do.
Oh, the
It's not very ecologically friendly, but okay.
I don't even know what that word means.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, can I make
I'm gonna walk away.
my stuff?
Okay.
I will. How much was it? 3 silver,
5.
5 silver.
Don't downsell it,
That
Jesus.
was worth my time. That was worth
He
my
drops
time.
2 of the silver as he walks away.
Yeah, well, that'll bring us to 10.
Okay,
which
I
is a
wanna
goal.
make the stuff in the treehouse where they sort out all everything.
Okay. Roll your alchemy check, which
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Are you proficient with brewing supplies?
Isn't
have
that
a herbalism kit.
alchemical? That's how
I'm proficient with
chemical.
the herbalism kit.
Isn't that alchemical supplies though?
Roll dexterity plus half proficiency.
Like that kind of stuff. Isn't that more alchemical stuff?
That's what I said.
Was that what you said or was that what?
That's what I
Who
said.
said these things?
Alchemical supplies.
Sorry?
Josh,
11.
go drunk, you're home.
11. You get
What?
Wait, you said half of
with
Um.
plus half proficiency. So
so it'd be 11 and a half.
12. You get out of the. Let's say, are you just gonna spend the rest of the day here?
I'm gonna keep doing it until one of them comes and gets me and says that we're ready to teleport out.
When does that happen?
Well,
When
after
we're ready to teleport out.
They have to go and
Okay.
talk to the Meister Jarl and stuff, which is why I just thought I'd
Yes.
just
Not
So-
going to happen today, most likely. You manage to squeeze the full 20 doses
Yes!
or 20 days worth of doses out of
20 doses.
those ingredients.
Wicked.
Right, the rest of you, while Sariel is brewing,
I'm going.
stewing, brewing.
So we need to talk. It doesn't even have to be the Mestriel, but to someone who can give us access to a teleportation network
Well,
if there is
it'd
one.
be good to actually at least let Master know where we're going.
Yeah. So let's head to the lab room.
I want to make a pit stop.
What's
The
pit
hell
stop?
does pit
What-
stop mean?
Where?
It's at a nice fancy tavern.
Shocker.
Shocker. Okay. How fancy?
It's like I'm playing my character. I mean the fanciest there is here. Like I'm talking top tier pants.
Pants.
I think in this case I'm
Roll
just going
investigation
straight to the
check.
lab room.
Yeah, I'll catch up.
Roll an investigation check.
All the pubs are boarded up because Varamus
13.
no longer visits.
13.
Ha. He went to one
You
place.
find a respectable one.
Several thousand times.
You find a respectable one on your way, and you break off from these two and head inside.
I imagine we're talking and like we get to the Lagram. We're like, alright, Sorkus, take that.
It's awkward because I did say, "Hey, I'll just be right back," openly, not subtly.
How long are you spending there?
I'm just going in there to see if I can get a nice fancy drink, something I can get to go, basically, like I did with the Lunar Lichen. Not Lunar Lichen because that's a Chimerian specialty. Something that they've made their own kind of thing. Something of their own special. Like every tavern has like their house is special. I kind of
Which
want
in this
that.
case is the goat's hoof.
Oh, no. I have.
It's goat's milk and glue that's lit on fire.
Yeah,
I mean that.
exactly right.
It does the same thing. It's
It's also got Bailey's in it.
Are you purchasing house special?
what's the house special?
Goat's hoof.
Don't yes his and.
No,
That was my yes.
he
and.
gave
Oh,
the
wait.
name.
Still-
Glenn gave the
You guys
content.
are so similar now. You blend. What was it like? What's the drink like itself? You were waiting to work.
Drink it and find out.
You have to find out.
I'll have a sip.
6 hours later.
So you purchase
I'll say
a single
I've
tankard.
never tried it. I like to have a taste before I go on my own.
Okay, they pour you a shot.
Sure.
And it's very strong.
Oof.
Kind of crude.
The reason it's called
Very much on the I'm trying to be fine whiskey, but I'm actually really
Moonshine.
terribly made Baileys.
Oh, you know what? It'll get me.
But it is good in its
Stop
own
laughing
weird
at my
way.
bad
Like
voice.
it's not bad. This place is a respectable establishment, and their house special is nice.
It's
It's just
blue
very-
cheese when you've never tried blue cheese before.
That's exactly right.
Okay. I mean,
it's an
I guess-
acquired taste.
It's
And I
surprise
guess-
halloumi on a burger when you've never had it before.
Yes.
I guess for silk. So when it comes to silk,
Turns out this drink has both halloumi
Yeah,
and blue cheese in it.
I'm just thinking because it's not.
So it's moldy and squeaky.
It's very thick in
And
texture.
it's got that little bubbles.
I think so. I'm thinking is like it's not bad, but it's not like the same level of stuff that Silkus has.
It's not your favourite Lunar Lichen. It's definitely not the same drink, and doesn't hold up to it in your opinion.
Yeah, everyone has their own opinion. On
While
this.
you're there, there are a number of people ordering it, so it's obviously a taste that is acquired by a number of your.
I'll take.
Residents.
I will take. How much would it be for a casket?
Jesus. Fuck.
I got to say fuck. Yay.
It wasn't a goddamn it. Doesn't count.
Fuck's
12
still
gold.
pretty good. 12 gold.
12
That's a bit much to be carrying around.
Hey. I've been handed a bag of holding.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
That was a really
Evidently,
big
that was a mistake.
Although
With
now
this,
John will
it'll
have
be
access to it.
With this, it'll be 162 gold that you
If
take
I'm
it
not...
out.
Look, here's how it is. If we are enjoying that trip ride, we can at least be unconscious. So...
Jesus Christ.
I'm not putting my potions.
12 gold.
Not all of them.
Um...
I will not be putting all of them. in.
Oh, really? But you put all your gold in
I
there.
said not all of them.
But you put all your gold in here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I will have...
Yeah, because I really want him
What's
to overdose
what's
on
like the
potion.
next... Overdose on a health
Is that
potion? How's that work? I love that.
You get too healthy,
You get too healthy.
and your heart
They're not
tries
even
too
health
hard.
potions.
How much
They're
for like
seasickness.
what's like the next step down from a casket? Like I'm looking for something that's
Well, you got
A bottle.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
bottle,
You've
so
got
yeah,
like a
yeah.
keg.
The
You've
keg,
got a
then
casket.
what's
slightly
a-
smaller casket.
what
and then
about
you've got
what about a bottle for it?
just like just a single bottle?
You can
Two
get, like
two bottles.
2 bottles. 1 gold, 6 silver.
Cool. I'll pay whoever it is and then I'll take it.
that was fun.
And I'll head
Use
to
it.
Lagram.
Okay, so that takes you a short while. In the meantime, you two head to the lager. You eventually
Yeah.
reach there. As you walk in, you don't see any sign of the Mestriel at the moment. What are you doing?
So the person here who I've spoken to before about like financial affairs? Is he somewhere?
Roll perception check.
Well, that goes on my silver.
11.
He is, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna head up to him and say, hi, any chance you know if we could talk to the matriarch or someone who's in charge, who has connections with the teleportation network, if you could direct us?
Yes, the Mestriel is going to be back soon.
That's fun.
She's just on an errand at the moment, as far as I'm aware. She's, but I'm sure you give it 5 minutes and she'll be back.
All right. Thank you very much for the help.
No worries.
Are you busy for the moment? I might want to have a little like update on the situation with the whole the bank development and the Royal Treasury.
Roll a
That kind of
persuasion
stuff.
check.
I will knock both
Ow.
of your heads together.
He's being violent. I am not. I'm better.
19.
19.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I can take 5 minutes. Shall
Yeah.
we here or somewhere else?
Oh, if no one's around that it would be sensitive to, I don't mind.
Oh, okay. Here it is.
Yeah,
And for the next 5 minutes, you gain the information that somehow this idea has been floated to a number of people and has actually gained some traction in their kind of. He describes it as morbid curiosity. But you can tell he kind of thinks maybe it could work potentially, and yeah, you're starting to get the impression that people are realizing this is a thing that can happen.
I'm super excited about this.
We've essentially got like. I'm just like, after I was just talking out loud, like, we've essentially got what you're proposing in terms of like bank withdrawals and deposits
I think
in the bag.
I
Like,
think
it
you'd-
wouldn't be too hard to retrofit that system for solely finance, right?
I think you misunderstand the scale and economic change of what I was
I
suggesting.
probably do, but still. Like,
Wasn't that Valnimas and Silkus and John talking about it at one point? Or was it actually Archibald? I can't remember.
don't know.
It was one of your characters.
Just like the whole point of it is that we are departing from a commodity currency, which of course would allow any nation's economy to grow far beyond its material means.
But how far is too far?
As long as you can keep it in check, like the growth could be incredibly beneficial.
But if a country grows beyond its own economic means, then where do they get the money to support that from?
Well, the thing is, like, money, like, it's just an imagined thing. It can be like people's work has value, but if you are limited to the amount of gold stuff you happen to have, then you're saying that you're limiting the amount of value that there is in a place. Whereas this way you can be more, as people, like, have more valuable work that they can be doing, a country's economic power can grow far beyond its like number of rocks.
I mean, you could probably
Okay,
also just take a loan out.
If we-
world are you two talking about?
I don't really know as I walk up.
You're not here yet.
Not really?
Nah, it's only been like.
I
5-6
have
minutes.
further
Took you a long
questions.
while.
I don't look at I don't look at whoever's talking.
The
At what point,
financial
like-
minister of Yolm has no bearing on this.
What happens to the value of gold if these notes come into play? Like, if we're not limited by the amount of gold,
Well,
then what
gold
value will gold serve?
I mean, gold could still have an equivalent value, but it would no longer be a limiting value.
Both of you roll perception checks.
11.
17.
Archibald, as he's talking, as you're saying this, you catch what sounds like Fenrir telling the Mestral, "Are they ignoring you? Did they just turn them? Really?"
First you burn down one of their buildings, then you ignore her.
I didn't burn it down. Welcome back, by the way.
Now you're right.
Oh.
You see as these two are talking to each other. Fenrir and the Mestriel are standing about
Mestriel?
3 feet away talking
Lovely
to
to
each
meet. Love to see you
other.
today.
Hey, Silkus.
Hope you had
Oh,
a good
hi.
good
Hello,
night.
Archibald.
I was just very confused.
Evidently,
Doesn't
yes.
happen very often, but
I'm also very confused right now.
What are you talking? You know what? It's probably not all out of.
I believe they were discussing economics. It's not something that I am particularly well versed in.
That's a
so-
bit of a on the back
Sorry,
burner for
So
us.
we came here to ask about whether we could get some assistance in teleportation to the west of Dalandar so that we could get to the Isle of Ilm more quickly, if you have such
You want to get to the
access.
island of Ilm?
Yes.
Difficult journey. Fenrir would know much more about that. But as for teleportation, well, usually I would say yes, I can get you access to Everbeth. Maybe would be the easiest, potentially Patrisk, but unfortunately at the moment we are crippled. The towers are still destroyed and we are still working on repairing them. Our current backup relays don't have the capacity for teleportation, which means that even our own forces at the moment are rather limited in what we can do.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is a shame.
Well, I guess if that's the case, we'll probably have to make a track by foot,
Yeah.
which will take probably weeks, actually.
Or by boat if we can skirt the coast. Yeah.
Walking sounds lovely. Calisthenics, it gets a good breathing.
There is
feel
the
healthy
potential
afterwards.
for maybe Arkenhau would work with you.
I don't know.
Arkenhau have their own facilities. They're a relatively large city.
Mm.
I could potentially organize for you to get to Arkenhau via the water. That would not be too difficult. But they would probably be able to help. Maybe if you offered something in return, of course. My token does not exactly carry much weight with those of the Cayman Empire.
Thank you very much. That would we'll discuss, but that sounds like it would be extremely helpful.
You're welcome. Just let me know when you would like to leave, and I will organize that for you.
how long by foot is it from here to Everbeth?
Oh, you're looking at many weeks.
Took us a while just to get down to Young.
And how long is it from here to Arkenhau? Sorry.
By ship, it will only be a day or so.
Okay.
On foot, you have to traverse the Dalen Range, and you'll be looking at probably about a week or week and a half.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, calisthenics, good walk. Yeah, it's good to have some horses. So maybe we could do that.
Is
A
there
few weeks.
anything?
That's not too slow.
Is there anything that we'd be able to do to help get you guys back up, connected to the network properly, or is that beyond us?
Our best engineers are currently working on it. I mean, you can always help to speed up the process, but with over 50 staff currently working on it, I'm not sure the difference would be worth your time.
Honestly, I don't really think so. No.
Alright, well, I just thought I'd ask the question and not leave them
Fair.
stranded.
Okay.
Alright,
You have to defend yourself on that one.
I
but
think we might have to head up to Arkenhau.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What would
Alright.
you suggest as, like, offering to them?
I couldn't tell you. Some solution to a problem that they have. Alternatively, money. Everyone likes the money.
Alright, we will... We'll look into it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I apologize for not being able to provide any further help.
Oh, honestly,
That's alright.
what you provide is enough.
So I imagine we'll head back up to where you've set up making potions. And so I think that heading to Arkenhau makes sense. What do you think, Cyril, I imagine? Or
They give
alright,
you
I
the
forgot
give
you
you the
were
rundown.
I forgot you were out of the room when we were talking about this.
I
so.
can hear you guys.
Okay, yeah.
you're off screen, so you can't hear them. That's how these things
Yeah.
work.
Stage whispers.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. At least gets us part of the way without too much stress. And I do have enough of these potions now that we can at least stop both myself and Silkus from throwing up.
Okay.
That's good.
So, okay.
You're not going to feel great, but
If we're all in favour, then I would say that we
Oh, it's better.
want to... It is evening now, or what?
Yeah, it's evening at this point.
yeah.
By the time you guys have reached the plateau again,
Yeah.
you're already
how far does alarm
in
work?
darkness.
Alarms are 20 feet out.
No, like so.
Circumference.
So if we leave and you put alarm across
Oh.
the trapdoor of the treehouse,
I'll
we
know when it happens.
if somebody entered the
Yeah.
treehouse.
It's an immediate hit. It's like I leave it and I can just go. And it's, I think...
So even if we're...
until the
So-
spell... Oh, wait. Sorry. My apologies. It's until the spell ends. So it can be there for 8 hours.
okay.
8 hours isn't really going to cut it, unfortunately.
Also, it's 1 mile. The answer to the question you were actually asking is 1 mile.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was just wondering if we had some way of.
I'm glad you stole
locking.
that spell from me.
So anyone got it?
You're welcome.
Have you guys got any way of locking it?
We could buy a lock.
Well, I was looking at a spell.
Thank you.
We could buy a lock.
I
was thinking about
I
having
love
a rope
what Dungeons and
behind
Dragons does
a
to
nail. You just keep
people. I love what Dungeons and Dragons does to people.
a lock.
Doors apparently don't work.
It's a trap door.
Mundane
not a door.
items don't exist.
It's a trap door, not a door.
A lock.
I didn't know you could put a lock on a trap door.
I mean, how else does
You
a
can
step?
put a lock on anything you like.
Right, so we're gonna buy a lock before we leave.
So tonight we're gonna install a lock on the trapdoor.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning we're
Consider
gonna
that.
head to the log room and we're
Consider
gonna
that.
say that we're ready to head out.
Okay. None of you have a lock, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Buy a
Right,
lock.
we're gonna-
I
we're
decided
gonna
not to get the arcane lock spell, so.
That's a shame.
Though to be fair, if I did, it cost me like 25 gold per spell usage. That's a problem spell. Good for solutions. You're like, really.
Sorry, did you say you did take it or did
I was going to. But it cost 25 gold per spell. That's quite expensive just for the trap door.
It's a way to lock our house.
It's made out of wood. They
I
can just
made
break
this
in.
house. It's special.
Yeah, I know that, but if someone
What is it?
if someone wants to get in, they're not gonna be like, damn, it's locked.
I suppose
I'm not gonna break the
at the moment,
window.
is there? We don't have any furniture or anything in there, really.
I mean, do we have a backyard? Leave sulfur there and have a sign saying beware of
Hey.
dog.
She's coming with us, man.
I'm gonna start
Beware of Gibbs.
heading down into the city
That's
because like
scary.
it's fine. I can make that journey twice and still get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Can we make a makeshift lock?
Roll a straight wisdom check for me.
How has it been shut
I'd
in
like
this
to follow
entire?
him. Just in case.
2.
Yeah.
I can definitely make it to there twice and get it back in a reasonable hour.
Roll. So you're looking for a place to purchase a padlock of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Wish I could do Dimension Door twice. I want to be able to do it twice.
That's a
Oh, you
critical
only have one
success.
slot, don't you?
You find a place. You find a place.
That'd be
It's
really
like
good.
somehow-
What's
How's
great
it-
use of a 20?
Unfortunately, it's closed.
You got your piece of it.
As business
Paris-
hours are now
Paris
over. That's what the
three
wisdom check was.
That's pretty good.
Just like,
Archibald and John, you two head down to Yolm.
You could Misty Step inside. Oh, no.
Looking for
yeah.
this place. John immediately finds a really nice looking
Locksmith.
kind of blacksmith that lists locks
Cold
as part of
locksmith.
their specialties. And you realise that the place is as is quite appropriate, locked up.
I mean, it would be poorly
So they did
done.
good work.
I really should have thought about this. All right, let's
To be
just
fair, I probably should have as well. It is dark.
Oh boy.
let's
24-hour locksmiths.
let's just go back up
What if you're
and
locked
put
out?
something heavy on top of the trapdoor, and then Sariel can walk up the wall inside.
Yeah, I'm picturing
Smart.
I'm picturing a 24-hour portable locksmith
That's
cart
really smart.
that goes by.
Why does he keep
They'd be
having
like
really
send a
smart
message or
ideas
send
like
into-
locks and
Yeah,
mushrooms?
exactly.
Level 20. We make that our business.
I'm really upset
It's
with
because
this.
it's because I love the incredible utility of those tubes. I think about it all
Unlock
the
things to
time.
get in.
We're not going to become roadside assistants for a D&D campaign, Josh.
Level 20, we could be anything.
Okay, we can become roadside assistants, but not for this D&D campaign.
That's the next
That is
one.
our next one. Level 1. We're all family.
We're
From
all,
locksmith
we're all apprentices.
to
I
locksmith.
want to do this
company.
now,
I
actually.
do.
Um,
I want to be a monk.
Patreon content.
Oh, fuck you.
Feel like something completely inappropriate to be a locksmith. Be like, I want to be
a bard.
Yeah, I want to be a bard that has the arcane lock spell.
So the two of you, you're heading back.
Yep.
You head back,
Oh, good
arriving a little dejected.
If I see a large rock on the way, like,
How large are you thinking?
large enough that I think the average person standing on a ladder would be unable to lift a trapdoor if it was on top, but small enough that I can carry it up a mountain with some difficulty.
There are many rocks. You find one very easily.
Yes.
Roll a.
Use your heavy die for that.
Roll another wisdom check for me.
Please use your heavy die because you're doing something heavy.
Okay, so this may be loud, but I'll use the heavy die for my boulder roll.
Boy.
Oh, that's a bold roll.
12.
12.
Oh.
Is it a minus?
After your previous folly of making the show all the way down in darkness to outside business hours to attempt to purchase something, you realize you probably shouldn't immediately grab the first one you see, and you make your way most of the way up, and then you find a large rock near the top. Roll a strength check for me. Or athletics check, I suppose.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, don't worry.
Don't worry. It's got plus
15.
13.
It's got like a plus 10.
Oh
God
my
dang.
god. Yeah, you lift this rock and you haul it the last
Just
100
no,
or so
stop.
feet.
Just to save your back, I'll take pity on you, pat you on the back and dimension door you up the mountain.
I've been
Because it can be
Technically, it's
One
within his
person.
carry weight.
plus his carry weight. So,
Remember,
There you go.
when you're lifting, what you want to do is make sure you lift with your back in a jerking sensation.
jerking, twisting motion.
Jerking twisting motion.
Yeah. Where do you
I still
land?
I have
can't believe he's
training in
thought of two
athletics,
great
so I know
ideas.
not to do that.
I will.
I feel like that was
You
Probably
can
Probably
land on the
yes.
balcony.
He uses
I'm
levitate
gonna
and-
make sure that I
Those
land
are-
somewhere with structural support.
So inside the treehouse?
Yeah, probably, but somewhere with structural support that we've had.
So like
people
right
walking
next to
on.
the tree.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's what you have.
Sariel, suddenly,
You
John, Archibald, and an enormous rock appear right in the middle of the treehouse.
Hi.
Right.
Couldn't we, everything was closed, which we should have thought about beforehand, but backup plan.
I
Explain.
It's easier
Chuck
to
this on
demonstrate.
top of the trapdoor when we leave. Basically, no one will be able to get in. You can walk in through the window.
Oh, shoes. Right. Yes. Okay.
Silka's
We'll
just
have
like
to dismantle the pulley system, but yes.
Silka like pops from like the window in the bathroom and is like, "Are you going to rock there?" Just looking.
Yes.
And the bathroom's like all steamy
So just
behind.
quite
Yeah.
naked.
I've had like he's
Just
he's
like
all ready
bare,
to go.
just tops and
And
shoulders.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna look
he's
at
wearing
you
a
guys.
towel.
I'm just gonna look straight at you guys and be like, and that's why we built a bathroom.
Sorry, I've got to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
You're having a bath. Why are you wearing a towel? She's gonna get wet.
I got out of the bath. You don't talk in the bath. That's rude.
At this point, he steps out and the towel flaps in the wind a little bit.
I'm gonna like turn around and like not face him. Like, oh, this is just indecent.
Towel flaps in the wind.
You just-
Okay, rude. Absolutely rude.
Yeah, well,
And
not
I'm
as
not
rude
used to
as this. And I'm gonna misty step away. I just leave the treehouse.
What, I thought you'd just go to your room.
Oh,
did you
misty
get the
step to my
water?
room.
He steps away.
Where did you get the water?
Comedy.
Press something.
There's
I don't know,
probably,
I have-
I'm pretty sure there's a stream up there because we've talked about it before.
We did, and I have ice-like abilities,
He has
so I
frostbite
can
and stuff.
let it. Yes. I let the ice
He
go up
started
here, and the
this
sun's
bath
dripping
3
down.
days ago.
Yeah.
He started this bath when we finished the
I was
treehouse.
preparing for a
It
long
was a cold
time.
bath.
Oh, it's cold bath, but yeah.
No, you can heat it. You just put a
Yeah.
fire under the bath. You've never had an outdoor bath.
Have you ever seen a treehouse?
Yeah.
Silkus has.
Wait. If Laramus was here, could we not use like a heat metal and like a heater
Wow.
heat the tub itself?
Where did you get a metal bar?
I don't know. I'm just making things up
I
at this
say
point.
for saying that I think she's worked enough to have a bath in there.
Yeah.
No,
so.
She's had
she
enough effort.
hasn't.
And with
At this
this,
point.
I think we're gonna go on break. We'll see you guys soon. Enjoy some music in the meantime, but wow.
We somehow
breaking
managed
in.
to not leave the city yet.
Yeah,
We
this
are gonna
is not
come-
what I had planned.
You know, we're gonna come back and it's gonna be squatters.
Yeah, we're gonna kick them out.
Squatting
They'll be
on
like
the rock.
bandits.
Yeah, on the road.
There'll be bandits squatting in our house. and we'll
Oh,
just have to...
we need defense mechanisms. I'm gonna make some
Fences?
Make some automatic-
fences. Yes.
Defense mechanisms.
Fence- and they're gonna be
We'll see
encoded
you
with
guys
spells.
soon.
Oh.
About
Just
to
when
be
I
a
do
jerk.
Yeah, he was.
Where
Look at
has that gone?
Dun dun
I
I
did
dun.
Flowery.
don't know.
I don't like Flower either, but like,
Welcome back, everybody,
yeah, I think
to
it's
the
good.
mid-show after
Actually, it's
show.
just like-
So,
Hannah has
It's fine.
had to switch seats, so we'll be in this seat for the rest of the day.
Good sentence.
yeah, I'm Michael.
So,
We broke.
just be aware of that fact.
No reason for you to know it, but
I'm a-
know it.
Yeah,
I'm aware
no,
of it, though.
she was getting a headache, so she had to switch seats because it's further away from the light.
You know, you could just flip.
But
the camera. Nothing.
That's actually a point.
So what are we doing now? Oscar?
Josh is
Oscar's
gonna-
file has crashed.
Can I just point out that him and Anna spent forever trying to make the overlay work, and now you've
Yeah,
pointed it out, which
I-
is why we've got this stony expression.
See, this is something happens a lot.
I
with me.
trust Anna to.
I know
Figured
the
it out.
obvious.
Oh yeah, but something was wrong with the flash drive, so it
I
wasn't.
love you.
Something wasn't working with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Murder's a crime. It is a crime.
You were
It's
kind of
not a
looking
crime,
at him
right?
like you were
It
trying to kill
hasn't
him.
changed recently.
You were kind of looking like you were trying to kill him there,
It hasn't
Oscar.
changed, right? Like,
If looks could kill.
I would know. I would
If
know
looks
that.
could kill, Josh would be dead a long time ago. Do you know where my pen is?
She's
Is
not
my pen
wrong.
on the floor?
Hi, everyone.
No, my
Are
black
we
pen.
doing a mid-show after show?
We are.
Hey,
What's the theme of this one?
The theme is
I've lost my pen.
the 3 words in succession. I don't know.
Okay,
so,
so
you're
let's
gonna
start
go around the
with
table and
I.
talk about. Yeah.
Life.
Arcane Eye, you just took that.
Yes, I did.
yeah, I was actually going to do that.
I enjoy
But then
my
he
dice.
said that he was always going to do that, so I was like,
You know what? I
fair
should
enough,
just
I'll
play a
let-
different
I'll do
character.
that. Please. But you
It's very
already
easy for him.
have.
All he has to do is
You
spend
already
action.
have. Because you already have played a different character.
And then for some reason you guys went and found my old one.
Yeah,
I like Archie.
Yeah, no, I enjoy
like
Archie
Archie.
too. It's just I was talking to Michael before. I've been trying to not step on your toes in that case when it comes to similar spells. So it's been really restrictive on me on what I could choose.
It's restrictive on me as well because I can't choose any of the ones that you want.
It's funny because all it would take is some communication, some 2-way communication, but all that happens is some
No.
1-way communication, and
No.
Josh is like, nah.
We do that, then we show our weakness.
Do
And
we
I'm
really-
not willing to.
Do you really need all my percentiles?
Yes, he does.
That's
I'm
so
not
irritating.
divination, so.
If he hears it's 1 in a million and goes, I like those odds, then
There's only 7. So
Damn it!
It's really
I still
not
like those
that's
odds.
Yeah, that's...
There are enough zeros on them.
Yeah, so I'm like, thing is, you told me transport, knowledge, power.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
What
leave
else
the-
is gonna have? A wizard gonna have?
like
I
that's
think
really
that's his point.
that's really difficult on my end. Like I'm support, so I do a lot of
Enchantment, support,
enchantment's my class, my subclass.
yeah.
That's a
Power's his
one.
subclass.
And knowledge is also my subclass.
Transport's not. Oh, there should be a transport like subclass. I kind of like that idea. Like a-
You're a wizard that sits out
Ow.
until everyone needs a teleport.
yeah, yeah.
I do actually like the
Hey,
idea
Josh,
though.
or even
Things
Sheila's
like
one with you.
Why is it one?
damaging
because when you
Teleportation spells. would be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Dimension
I am
Door does
going
that.
to
Give
copyright
you-
that idea.
Dimension
Hit them with a
Door.
rock when you come out the other end.
Wasn't the isn't Geomancy the new thing with?
If
I don't
you-
know.
If you would
I
arrive
don't
in a
know.
place already
This
is-
occupied by
No,
an
but this
object
is-
or a creature,
this is the
you
book,
and
the
any
new
creature
book's
traveling
coming
with you
out.
each take 4d6.
It's all
I
about-
refuse to look at it.
I don't think he was
Spoilers
listening,
for me.
Sweater.
No one
You're
was
so
listening,
far
they
behind.
just kept
I
talking.
was
Is there a
listening
problem
to
with that?
No, but
That's
you're so
good,
far
I'm back.
behind that it's kind of pointless.
talking
I'm
about the
kind of
damage that
talking about
happens.
it
Yeah,
then.
I'm kind of amazed that you
No,
can
actually.
listen over.
Just
goes
don't
to
talk
the
about it.
You can be very restrictive
I mean,
on that,
it was
like I am
hard,
with him.
but I-
Michael, you should
was
add to
able-
this conversation. That way we can get everyone at once.
This is the time when Michael just sits and watches the chaos.
That's like every stranger.
Hey Josh,
Yeah.
do you want me to
I'm-
really annoy you? This dice
Mm,
and this dice only have one other matching die.
mm.
Josh wants to spoil shows for me, guys.
Josh is doing his best.
I'm not spoiling anything. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, no. So it's been very.
Really, I
My
thought he was
dice
doing
are
his best at
greatly
being a
annoying
cow.
It's okay, guys. My dice are annoying him.
Dare you?
We've got
Be
revenge
my
right here.
my best to be
Moo
Terry.
moo, motherfucker.
Did you just?
Did you
ask
also
how
notice?
I'm gonna say yes.
Did you also notice that this one doesn't actually match?
Oh God, what's wrong with your dice?
Get wrecked, Josh.
This is what we're just gonna do. Anytime that Josh annoys us, we'll point out more
Josh,
of my
you
dice.
stay away with
Josh,
your
I
cousin
can
dice.
help with this situation.
This one doesn't match anything.
Wait. I can.
This one
also
doesn't
help.
match anything.
Why?
Look, Josh, these two don't match anything.
I don't want to be
Okay.
here.
No!
Kill docs. I
Same.
leave the campaign.
Same size. Same size. Same size. Same size.
Oh lord.
Slightly smaller.
Admittedly, that irritates me. So. Why
Robbie's
is it?
Casino. Wait,
Why is it smaller?
that?
He's nicked the casino's die.
Actually, Alan gave that to me.
That makes more sense.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
So Alan has nicked the casino die.
Yes.
So what I was trying to say before,
Alan the
we
casino.
went into a whole other thing.
You know what also annoys
I've
me
been
about my dice?
Trying not to
There's three
step
d6s
in a sense where like
in this. This is
I
the
don't want to
only
be
set
a
I have
powerhouse
three
character,
d6 in.
right?
Yeah, 3d6 is a
But
weird number to give you in a
transport
set.
is something that you've been
I mean,
doing.
the
You've
two-
been really
the
happy
If you
about.
really
20s
want
is
to
common.
cast
I can't
Wizard
really
Time.
do that kind of stuff, and you also
Like,
got
I guess
counselor,
it
which
makes
is
sense
the thing
for
we should both
some
have.
systems,
But I don't want to be the
not
type be like, oh, you
If
chose
it's
that spell,
3d8,
I'm gonna
that'll
choose that
make a lot
spell.
more
So it
sense.
sounds kind of like.
Well, you see, I've
in a
only
sense,
ever been
taking
given one
your
d8
thunder.
in any of the sets. So
No,
like
no.
in this set, I also have two d20s
Do
and
several
three d.
times in
Yeah.
a session.
Actually, I do have three
Every
d6s
time.
in this set too.
Okay,
Ooh,
because like
I'm taking
46 is often the thing because like
good one.
that's like the rolling for stats, right? So
Yeah.
that's why it's often a
It's
part
like
of the
also
standard.
Yeah,
time.
3d6 is just a pain.
I wish that they
Roll
did give
3d6,
two
then roll
d8s.
another one, and
It's
drop
just
the
like-
lowest.
Roll
I'm taking
3d6 is like,
Yeah,
oh, are
that's
you
fine.
rolling for stats
I
in
just don't
second
wanna-
edition?
I like
Yeah.
the idea of fly.
Are you going to like roll another 3d6 to see whether your strength is like 28? But
All of
by
them have
pure
come with a
chance?
percentile, but only two of the packs I've gotten have come with three d6s. That's really annoying.
If you guys are watching,
All of my
have
sets
ideas
have one
how
of everything. That's it.
Archibald and Silkus could
I don't have
like,
any multiple
coexist
d20s. I
and
don't have any multiple
be
d6s.
somewhat
Well, two of my packets
separate,
actually
like,
bought from the same store.
variety
have two
wise.
d20s and
Please,
three d6s.
tweet
I
at
think
maximum altitude.
I think both of you should feel free to take travel spells and have that be the one thing.
Yeah,
both
I
of
feel
are
like
good
you should
at.
cross over on travel
I mean,
spells.
I was
Yeah,
looking at
it's
getting
dice.
Blink
And
at
it's
some
nice,
point.
yeah.
Thing is, like every time he's messaged me
Always.
privately,
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm gonna use this spell, and he gets really excited. I'm like, I don't want to take that away from him. Like, I want to take that. Like, I'm not gonna.
That's
That's
so much from me anyway.
says the one that's the only one out of us that stole the spell.
I don't have any other dice that match
I
these.
hate you so much.
I like this new strategy. This is good.
Yeah, everybody
Hate
just
each
show
other?
like
Or-
all we
This
have to
is really
do,
good.
all we have
Oh,
to do
you
is
have
pick
a
up
really good
Michael's
one
tray
too.
and like put it in front of him.
It's just gonna fuel me into the game.
Do you notice anything about these d20s that I have lined up here? No, no, no!
I'm missing.
Line them all up perfectly. Like all logos the correct way. Line them all up next to each other.
They're different colors.
All on the 20.
One of them is going to have a slightly smaller 20.
I see
Called
it
it.
already.
Do you?
Yep.
Ah.
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
The
I don't wanna.
kerning is wrong.
You know
Oh, it
what?
wasn't the kerning, but now you've pointed that out, I'm gonna have to find that too.
No,
Tell you what is the fucking problem. Critical role's the problem.
Naturally.
Several of my d6s are smaller than the rest.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I have a couple like that. And
I know that chat can't see any of this. I just hope that our conversation is funny enough to really carry the stream right now.
Is
because it's not.
Well, it's more
I don't know if
what
that's
can we
gonna-
do to annoy Josh,
Hey Josh,
right now.
I've lined up all of these d20s, right? All of them. They're all lined up with the 20, or the logo in this case, facing the correct direction.
I can
I
guess.
see it.
I want to see too.
Have a look. What do you spot?
I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. Give me. Oh, I can see it right now. Oh, that.
The
Oh.
critical roll die is the only one out of 2, 4, 7 dice that I have
You're so lucky that we have.
where the whole fucking die is rotated around the 20 like that. And so all of them display an 8 facing towards me, except critical roll, which shows a 14 facing
You're
towards
so-
me.
Which means that I probably
So
have the
here's a way to
exact
fix
same
that.
problem.
You're also lucky that the table has a lot of expensive equipment on this.
Put it right in the
So they
middle.
flip.
Yeah.
And make it symmetrical.
Hey, hey, Oscar, have a look at this.
There's a 10? Why is it a 10?
Wait, what?
There's a distribution which is more even around every single like vertex of the die, so the dice will roll more fairly even if there's a defect inside it.
Motherfucker, I'm glad I don't have that die.
Hey Josh. I have the exact
I line,
same
I line my
thing
d20s up like this constantly, and
because I have the same
this is
die.
a
I'm just gonna point this out. You're in a campaign of mine soon.
Eight.
this is a recurring issue.
You.
I mean, it's
Feel the
happened
wrath.
once. It's hardly
Yes, but I'm
recurring.
bringing the girls to your campaign
Boys
because I'm a
club?
girl. So
Yeah. I mean, you know.
you gotta be nice to me. If I start
Guys, we're
crying on the
discussing
stream, it's gonna be
dice.
problematic.
Yeah. So what the heck are we been
Craig,
talking about?
you've just made me hate
I'm
my
going to take a
dice.
photo of this and I'm going to tweet it, so you can go... Oh god, my Twitter is up over there. Go to my Twitter, because I'm going to take a photo of this right now and tweet how bad my fucking D20 selection is.
Honestly, Oscar, I just looked at mine and I hate you so much right now because
Same
every
thing?
single one of my dice bar that same critical roll.
Is the 14 facing front?
Actually, Oscar,
Mm.
you know your pack of your Vox Machina D20s?
Yeah.
They all
Mm.
have the 14.
Except I never line them up. Not the way I've got... I barely even use them anymore,
You know what?
unfortunately.
I'm pretty happy.
No! I have the same curse.
I've discovered something.
I am quite happy with my dice table.
Well, I'm a bit happier now that I know that I have a bunch of dice that do that.
Yeah, so it's not the old one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was just the one, I'd be like, oh my fucking god, kill me.
I'm gonna make
How
sure
about
I
we all
forget
just
that.
trade dice so that one of us has all the 14s and the rest of us have all the 8s?
Don't look at me, I'm not giving
I
up
mean, they'd
mine.
be so expensive. The 14s are like super expensive.
I wouldn't be surprised if my mammoth tusk
Which
one
one
was
of yours
14.
is that, Glenn?
This little mini thing.
Also,
Oh, the tiny one! But I like this one!
also
tiny one!
whoever ends up with all of the 8s is going to have all the really big die.
This is really riveting stuff right now.
Yes.
I
It
really
is.
don't like
It
this
is.
guy.
I have
Very
tweeted.
entertaining.
Go to my Twitter. Give me a follow. Please. I'm
Desperate.
literally said that at the exact same time. I'm glad you drowned me out, though, because I sound less desperate now that you've done
I would quietly take these dice. These are really cute. Apart from the fact
that.
that
Except
I
it's
keep
got a
rolling
14
under
on
10.
the front.
Well, if you ever want Brack back, then you can't take them.
Wow, you
They're my
flowed through that.
They're my Brack dice.
You flowed through that
Wait,
so
you have like a
smoothly.
Goliath that's like how many feet tall and you roll this?
Yeah, you should see his dice for 10.
This is just tiny.
You should see his halfling dice and his gnome dice.
I'm gonna I have to take a size comparison picture and show this to one of my friends.
Tweet it.
It's kind of like what you see, like one of those solar
I will
systems
tweet it.
photos
Everyone-
to get
everyone
comparison of
down.
size to planets.
Below Michael. Go look at the Twitter handle below Michael.
Michael the person, not Michael the name.
That too. I keep looking
3.
at them.
I don't feel. I feel like this
if you want
die.
to
I
go to
should
Michael Pipper,
roll.
then send me links to weird D10s. I'm desperate for one.
Please do.
And D20s.
If we can get Michael to get a weirdly shaped D10 to go with his weirdly shaped D4, 6, 8,
Soon to be 8.
and 12.
You know what? I'll be okay with that because that way it's a set.
Okay,
Can
so
you
we officially
not
have to
complete
not
the set?
complete it, yeah.
Oh my god. No. I can't handle it.
Or buy me
Complete
a
the set.
funky D8. So that I have a funky D6 and a funky D8 and nothing else.
What color you want it in?
Green.
God, I
I
can't
want
believe
green.
this is balanced.
Roll it.
Perfectly balanced.
Every side's the
As
same
all
shape.
things should be. Thanos.
Ugh, just makes me sick.
It's pretty balanced.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. What the fuck's happening right now? There is. Okay.
I'm actually really enjoying this. It's
We're-
just sitting
we're-
here
we're just
companion and
rolling
we're
dice.
talking about dice.
We're just rolling
dice are
dice.
so cute.
I like how
missing
Anna
the
just
D8
gave up in
carries.
chat and just linked everybody's Twitters. She was linking us one by one as I mentioned people, and then she just gave up and went, nah, fuck it. Here, have everyone's links.
To be fair, we have
They
the,
are so cute.
we've got our
Wait, the D6 is the same size as everything else. That's confusing. And the D4 is huge. Why? The D4 is bigger than the D6. Look at this.
Oh, I've seen it. I get to see it.
This is
Hang on,
Fairly
let's have a
often.
They're
D4
actually-
D8 comparison. 'cause
I mean,
D8
they kind
looks
of
really
meant to
small.
be, but that.
Oh my god, the D4 is double the size of the D8.
Yeah.
It's because of the way the numbers are displayed on it.
Oh, yeah.
You take the bottom one. So,
really.
yeah.
They needed room to write the numbers on it.
Pretty much, yeah.
No
I like
wonder
how they
you
could have
rolled
made
so
it
many
smaller
ones as
if they
Breck.
just put the numbers in the corners like a
No.
normal D4.
All I've rolled is ones.
Yeah, well, I don't roll that for Brax damage.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Brack doesn't roll d4s.
I roll these guys for Brax damage because he does big damage.
He's a
Like-
big guy.
That's
We're talking about my Goliath boyfriend from another
22
campaign.
to hit.
Oh fuck!
15 plus 5 plus 2, so it's
This
22.
is so
22
freaking
of
cute.
damage.
Can you get me a mini set?
I mean, not right now, but
Ah, yeah, no.
they are
no.
readily
In
available.
green?
I feel like
You're going
saying-
to need a giant green character to be able to play them.
Where did you go?
Just
The internet.
game store.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
a game store. Like most places that sell the Chessex sets also sell those guys because they are Chessex.
Alright.
But
Okay.
tiny.
Yes.
And what about a relatively average-sized green character? Because I have one of them.
Well, you have to use a relatively average sized die.
These are still optional. You can roll these things. You know.
Josh, it's a boring-sized die. It's regular.
I really should bring in
Oh.
my halfling dice for you next week.
You know what
Yeah.
I would like though? I really.
I'm a
want-
girl. I like little cute things. Okay.
I really want the
You
rest
bring
of
me some
that set
fluffy
from the
die,
Mammoth
I'd be-
die.
Just like.
Like, it's such a nice set.
So you can ship them too?
Oh, I was so pissed when that got shipped.
I know.
I was there. It was heartbreaking.
Because at that same time, it was around the time when my back was suffering the most. And so then I chipped the most expensive die I ever had.
Did you chip
I
the
was-
mammoth though?
Yeah, it got chipped because it hit a bit against a bit of the wood. I'm on
No,
the
no,
table.
no. It bounced out of your dice tray as
Hit
it
the
is
wood.
known to do, and then it hit the ground, hit the tiles.
It didn't chip by too much, but it was enough to be like,
Irritating.
fuck everyone right now. Everyone's getting TPK right now. Everyone's gone.
We survived that encounter, by the way.
Yeah, I was a
I'm
bit
still-
generous.
Kind of a miracle.
I'm still a little bit annoyed about Christmas.
I'm sorry.
The TBK at Christmas.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, to be
We
fair,
ruined
I
Christmas.
should. Saint Nick should have been able to win it. He made a bad call by healing himself.
How selfish, Santa.
Jesus.
Yes, Santa,
Gee.
you fucking
It's
asshole.
all your fault, Santa.
God damn it, Santa.
Josh should never be Santa. Is it just a unanimous vote here?
How dare you?
I'm gonna
Get
remove
out.
my dinner.
Get out. Do you like how when you punned, I was just like, points at door.
The pun never ended. It's great. Well, it did when he died, but it was basically healing and driving is what killed Christmas.
Don't heal and drive.
Don't heal and drive, kids. All right. Well,
I think this craziness has gone on long enough, don't you all?
I
Probably not.
suppose.
We're not
That
back
just
into
made
the
me really
session
want to
yet.
get up and walk out because you're just telling me I don't
Yeah.
need to be here because you don't want crazy anymore.
That was a bit of a stretch.
I mean, you're a bit of a stretch as well.
I am. But I
What
stretch.
did you
a
get when
bit
you rolled
14.
Mine's a
stretch?
long-term stretch. Shall we?
I think everyone's got a bit of low energy at the moment. That's
what,
fine.
Jason.
what are you talking about? This is being high
I
energy,
mean, you
crazy
have- I've had low
bullshit
energy.
McGee.
That would have been cool if that was a 20. Is it 20 adjacent as well?
Oh look, Nat 20 flashing.
That's the best way to lose like the battery there.
Calamity Hunters.
Yes, that's us.
Ah,
Clack 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 clack. There you go, you got it.
Hey! Without cheating.
Well,
Cheating.
You get a long rest.
Different way of doing things.
We are now in the
Fine, I get
morning,
their spells.
3:26.
Oh, better prepare my spells.
What are you preparing?
That's a very
You have
good
to
question.
state
So
every
that's
single
like
one
the
to me.
22nd.
I do.
Oscar?
And you know what?
22nd.
I'm not the only
Yes.
one. Wizard.
all the spells that I know I have prepared.
Yeah, no. So I didn't ask you.
I may be playing a wizard, but at heart I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah, it's oh god.
It is
That is
very true.
Yeah, it's very much a
true.
sorcerer
I
subclass.
just don't like the sorcerer mechanics.
Why? It
Because
literally
it
what
kind
you're
of-
playing.
Yeah, but I don't like preparing spells, so I just keep my spellbook simple. But at the same time, I don't care about sorcery points.
But you can then cast like 2 spells in one turn. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it as well if you tried.
You can do a kick.
So what are you preparing, Josh?
I don't know.
Silkus?
I don't.
Docs?
Yes.
This
Sleepies?
one.
I'm going to do. I'm going to. How many can I prepare now? It's
You know what? Fuck it. I don't care about what you're preparing. This was his strategy, was to be a fucking piece of shit about it, and now I don't care. So,
Well, that's rude.
No more
you've all had a long rest.
I think it's.
Everybody get the
8.
fuck out of the treehouse so I can do the rock on the door.
If you're not willing to partake in the actual way of playing the game, then don't play the game.
Okay.
Everyone
Everyone
leaves. Can I pass me the book, man? Pass me
Oh
the
shit, forgot my keys.
playbook. The book. Thanks, Oscar.
I mean,
Fuck.
mine
Hey,
was closer.
It's in court or
To
something.
be fair, you were a bit of a dick when you earlier, so it's probably revenge.
Really was like I legit forgot how do you do prepare spells because we
How
haven't done it
do
in a
you do
while.
You figure that
We
out.
haven't done it in a while. That's all.
Sorry, I'll kick you all out of the treehouse.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I get one of them to help me to dismantle the elevator
Okay.
and like bring it inside.
Yeah, so the elevator is up and the rope isn't hanging down or whatever.
Yeah.
Make a carpentry tools check.
You're proficient. Or getting there.
Half
Yeah.
proficient.
Modifier or
Dexterity plus half proficiency.
okay. Dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you do a pretty good job of
Dismantling.
stowing it away in intact and ready to be redeployed.
And now everybody get the fuck out of the treehouse.
Okay, and you. How do you get
I-
the rock onto the chart?
I shove it.
Roll a strength check for me. Athletics.
Can I give a...
Athletics.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to see how this plays out.
Well, yeah,
Well,
we've all walked out of the treehouse, I think.
Oh, it's a +4, so it's not 12.
Okay. I
I was
assume John
expecting it
left
to be
it
lower
next to
than
the
that.
trapdoor, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
say you managed to get it onto the trapdoor.
Cool.
Um,
And then I'm gonna spider.
So this is currently
out.
like just shaking.
at the
or
window,
something.
No, I'm
down
gonna.
the pulley shaft.
No, I'm going to.
Through my room and out of Hubeleth's door.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like walk out the door at the back of John's room onto his balcony, and then like kind of like go over the
Okay.
balcony and down.
You do so.
Because I've got to make sure that John's door is secured too. Because
Yeah.
this is the outer door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do so. And you are now all at the base of the treehouse. What would you like to do?
All right, let's head into the city then.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
like we're going to go get
We're gonna
passage
go
on
to
a ship or
Yeah.
whatever.
let's go to the log room.
Okay. So you all head down to the log room. At this stage, it's fairly early in the morning, and it takes you about half an hour to get there.
Yeah.
And once you reach, once again, you don't see any sign of the Mestriel. Roll a perception check, everyone.
Could I ask if someone knows where Mr.
I don't see
Is-
anything.
I see nothing.
Oh my god.
Wait. Sulfur. She
Hubeleth.
also sees nothing.
Hubeleth.
Hubeleth.
Please roll.
got a 3 and a
you went
4.
off of me for not putting these all, and then you meshed them all together.
Yeah, I did. to annoy you. Did it work?
But you're the one that told me.
Clearly, it worked.
That's Hibaleth has a 10.
What
but-
was this perception? 18.
Okay.
4.
So we're just like,
7
Pretty
and
empty.
like 8.
I
Wow.
wonder why no one's here. The doors were open.
Is it open this early?
Silkus, you immediately spot Fenrir standing next to the Mestriel's desk. No Mestriel, but Fenrir is standing over the Mestriel's desk, currently working on something.
Oh, good morning, Fenrir.
Ah, hey, Silkus and everyone else. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Where's the Master L?
She's out at the moment organising some of the repairs,
Ah. So
but
I don't know if you have the kind of weight to organise what she offered yesterday,
take
but we
my
were
key?
hoping if we could
Yes,
take up her offer on passage.
sure thing. Not something I can do, as you point out,
Yeah.
but I can certainly get the Mestriel or point you to her. In fact, this current moment, she should be on the northern side. So if you head up there, I'll let her know that you're coming, and she can meet you halfway.
That sounds excellent.
Josh. Mage Armor, Dragon Breath, Suggestion, Dimension Door, Charm Monster, Lemonstein Hut, Crown of Madness, Shield, Magic Missile, Featherfall, Expeditious Retreat.
Sorry, what was that last one?
Expeditious Retreat.
That's
Anna,
not what he said the first time.
please don't
I don't
feel
know what you're
obliged
talking
to
about.
keep track of that. It's okay.
You have to keep
I
track
feel
of
like
it. You're
the
DM.
first time that you said that, you said exhibitionist retreat.
That's what I thought he said as well.
Don't know what you're talking about, and you have no way to prove it. So.
Actually, we can make a clip of
No,
it.
no
And
way
then
to
make a
prove
clip
it.
of it.
No way to prove it. And Fenrir,
We're on the 22nd.
we're on the train. Thank you.
So you're heading off to the Island of
Thank
Vilma.
you.
Yep. Hopefully.
How do you intend to get there?
We're going
Obviously,
to first off.
obviously Arkenhau.
Yes, first we're going to take a boat out,
and discuss.
and then from there I'm fuzzing
Oh,
on the
dude.
details.
From there, we're hoping we can either get a boat small enough that we can muddle our way through, or a crew brave enough that they'll take us to the Isle. We haven't exactly figured it out. Do you have any helpful suggestions for that?
I still vote walking.
Elm was
Can't walk on water.
one of the ones that I was never
Well,
able to crack.
Not yet.
I can walk on water.
Ah, yep.
I tried, but the barrier jungle is
No.
not something that really anyone in that region is going to want to traverse for any reason, let alone ones that we
Very
have.
jungle.
barrier jungle on the northwestern corner of Dalendar.
And the reason why that's called the Barrier Jungle.
Very good reason.
I love to hear
Separates Everbeth, Patrisk, and the other nearby cities from the tainted area, the Scar area that runs between the island and the mainland.
Alright, well. How many
It's a
days?
large jungle, very, very dangerous, and if at all possible, I'd recommend avoiding it completely, but finding someone in Arkenhau willing to cross the Scar, that's a different story.
Well, how many days does war have on us?
A few.
7.
He's got at least a week. No, 8.
12.
8.
Yeah.
Could we?
And then add on the travel to actually even get halfway
Well,
where they were.
hopefully by the time that we get into a point where we'll be actually going after him properly, we'll have some news as to where he is.
Yeah, like
Scarlands is where we want to go now. I'm just wondering for the safety and health of Adamus. He's obviously lost.
I
We
mean,
haven't made contact.
I'd say maybe later in the day we can ask
yeah.
Archibald to try and talk to him again.
Yeah, I mean, if he's prepared as well for that, yeah.
Thank you for the advice. You think
It's a wizard function.
you think Everbeth that's a port city, right? They've got ships that could potentially get hold of.
Oh yeah,
Sure,
that's
cool.
a pretty large harbour. In fact, that's their main trade, is the import and export of goods from their harbour. You'd be able to find a ship capable of the journey. I'm not sure you'd be able to find a crew willing to do it.
Do
Okay.
we have
I
any?
mean, we could always borrow, like, hire a ship without a crew.
A small one,
Do
yeah.
it ourselves.
Part of my ignorance, but does this city have any ships that are able to follow the course? Because I believe we're.
Yon?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you got the Gorgon.
I have
getting
bad flashbacks.
Getting that on our side would probably
Vietnam flashbacks.
The Gorgon's the ship we took across the Scar, isn't it?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just mean they're clearly not the most low value of assets for the Maestrial to lend us.
I'm not so sure she will want the Admiral Gorgon going anywhere further than just
Well-
past the Gulf.
Well, I'm not looking. I don't think we're looking for the top tier per se. We don't want to create too much attention to ourselves. Is there?
Yeah, but they are equipped with the shields that would protect us across the Scar. Because that's less likely to be something we will find over
It's
in
the
India.
biggest issue going across the Scar. That's why most crews won't do it.
What would happen if we don't have those shields? What actually does happen?
Did you not? Do you not? You just said you had flashbacks, but you don't remember the
I have
creature that was
flashbacks
chasing
of
us.
the suffering that he had. He was busy
So
suffering.
you do not remember the massive creature that was chasing
I'm
us
gonna point
on
out,
the Scar.
Josh wasn't there for a couple of sessions.
According to...
shield.
That's
So
true,
good
he wasn't there. According to
So because I remember throwing up.
According to legends, and according to historical accounts, most people that enter without shields either don't return or return very,
Messed
very changed.
When you say change, you mean emotionally, mentally, or physically?
Like the creepy
all above.
tentacly people that we fought. That popped out of normal people's bodies.
Right. I didn't think that was effective as Garlands.
Very much
What
is.
did you do?
He threw up a lot. And had sunstroke.
Let's talking about that more about the tentacly creatures, but
That is a different story. But I'm glad you at least paid some attention to that while you're feeling great. So what I'm trying to say is, if they disappear, is there any information on why they disappear? Is there like suspicions, legends?
I would
Very
assume it
detailed.
means that they die.
I'm curious, maybe that is something that to do with their access.
very
where they
dangerous
were.
creatures.
Think about it, if you're trying to, if you don't want someone to come in there, go into a hideout, then of course you have these kind of special protections.
Yes, I did somewhat get the impression when we were on the Gorgon that the main danger was violent death. But
When we saw,
It's a pretty big danger.
when
John.
we
Yeah.
saw,
Very dangerous.
we assume death. The horseman.
You've seen death.
I have seen.
Don't you mean famine?
Was that famine? Was that
The
famine?
icy
we
one was
assumed it
famine.
was famine.
You updated,
Yeah,
you updated
the
me
horseman that we
on the
assumed.
one that
Yeah.
you saw in Deco.
Was that near what you could say was assumed would be Scarlands? Like, of that continent?
Not
Was
there,
that just in
no.
the... Okay. Interesting.
No, because we went across the Scar, pulled up to that island where there was a weird pirate dudes that attacked us,
I'm
and then
aware
we
of
didn't
those.
get along with the captain, and you tried to sweet talk him.
Yeah.
And Varamus touched a walrus, and then we went with them for the rest of
When
the
you
journey.
say it like that, it doesn't sound great. I'm gonna be honest.
Anyway, and then we went with them straight to the next location, so there was no Skylands from
Should we
there.
even go after Bradamus after doing what he did to that
I-
wolf? You know,
Keep
maybe it's not that good. Okay, so but here's the thing though, just
The Skylands were just out of Yong, pretty much.
well, yeah, but Scarlands are not just for one continent; it's every other continent.
No, what I'm
has that.
saying is
So
it
I was
wasn't
thinking-
anywhere near that particular location.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking that maybe it was Scarland to that continent that we're going to. Like that was within that area. Maybe that's why
Yeah, it's
famine was
interesting.
there.
It's
Or-
interesting that we didn't pass through any on the way there.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's where my thought process was going. All right. Well, in that case, we're gonna also need some
Yes.
ships.
I did definitely forget about the whole shields thing for getting through the Scarlands.
We also have to think about cost for
If
the
we're
ships
not
too.
risking anyone but ourselves.
But we need
But-
a ship,
Equipment.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna obviously need crew, which means the
Well,
safety for the crew is also another.
No, yeah, but if we crew ourselves, then we're not putting anyone else's lives in danger.
We are not all great with operations on ships.
Actually,
if-
didn't a couple of you work as ship hands for
we,
the?
yeah.
I mean, I tried.
That was
Me-
honest.
Oh.
That was very
like
much.
I've got the gist of it. Like I wouldn't be the most
That's what I'm saying.
savvy skipper, but I think we could get there without capsizing, assuming there were no storms or
I can make
monsters.
sure we don't capsize.
Well, what I'm
I'm just saying, if we weren't
yeah.
risking anyone other than ourselves, perhaps the shields are not as big of a deal.
That being said, the idea that we're going to be making such a journey,
And we'll put the
we probably
pits in
need
the...
the most efficient ship, which means it's going to be quite the most efficient efficient crew, which
I mean, do we really need it to be hugely efficient if we're
Well,
only
tell me,
going
the
somewhere
ships-
that's not got people
the
that are
ships have
leaving?
those shields, and if we need those shields, they only go for those kind of quality ships, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we don't exactly need to get to the island in any expedient, really, because it's not like
Okay.
somebody's leaving the
Maybe I
island that we're
shouldn't-
going to miss.
Shouldn't have put it that way. What I'm saying is, if we're going to get ships that have the shield, they're going to be pretty high quality ships, which means they're going to cost a bit to run because, well, they require crew, and also no one's going to just let 4 random people just take a ship of theirs that is quite expensive on the chance of it being destroyed. We need to join a crew, have a captain that is willing to actually make their journey.
Fenrir, you don't happen to know how
We'd be
expensive
able to
these
think
shields are?
That's the thing. Cost could be a lot.
Very.
Yeah, I feared that.
Ember Gorgon is not a one of its kind, but it's definitely one of a few.
Should we even bother with a shield, like I mentioned before? Maybe that's one way. I have no evidence.
Have you
nothing to
considered
support
taking
that.
a different route?
Yes, walking sounds like a lovely idea. I've had.
How
that
are you
thought
going to
multiple
walk
times.
to an island, Silkers?
By the time I get there, I'll level it up and
This-
got myself water walking.
The scar cuts off the entirety of the island from the mainland of Dalandau. However, it's accessible from other sides.
Is there a
Example?
place we can leave Dalandar that I assumed it went all the
It would
way
be a
around?
longer way around, but you could potentially go up Ekranora way. Maybe island hop through a little bit of the southern regions of Dry King, and there are some cities around those areas that would be able to give you safer travel around that direction.
But if we're going to stop by drinking, we might as well just stay around there because that's where they're heading.
I mean,
We obviously we want to go
Depends
to
on what your objective is.
Ilm.
Actually-
We want to go to Ilm.
how
because
would you
that's
get
on the way.
safely from
And because we'll get
Dalandau to
information.
Equinora when
But
the
we're
island
already-
that we went to is just below Equinora and we had to pass the scar to get there?
That
Yeah.
scar's safer.
Fuck, he's got an answer.
They're not all the same.
Look at this
Because
guy.
we're
do you
short
know
of
that?
distance,
He hasn't
the
answered.
Mestrial, because I've tried,
Ah.
the Mestrial would be more willing to let the same trip happen again to get you up to Ekranora. Alternatively, you could avoid the Scar and head up to some of the western islands.
That's kind
Of
of
Ekranora?
well, the Scar's kind of our destination. Honestly.
Well,
I think we could be honest with you, Fenrir.
the,
Let's be honest.
I wasn't under the impression that we were there because of the scar. We were there because of the island that was kind of guarded by.
Well, see, my suspicion is that the Scar is, yes, guarding an island, but it's not fully covering the island as far as I'm aware, which means there might be more within the Scar Islands itself than the actual island, if that makes sense.
We got to the
I mean-
island
As
out
far
of
as everyone's aware, the Scarland is something that is protected and it's got creatures that would cause a lot of chaos. But what if that's just the front?
Well,
Oh god.
What if it is? 'Cause we
If you
don't
would
have that
like to
information. No
explore
one
a
does.
Scar,
As
I
far
would
as-
very much not recommend it, but it is possible. And there is a land-based area that is not underwater. It's one of the very few areas where the Scarlands actually cut into land and are not submerged. But you'd be looking at the connection between Antristum and Thrakratha.
Look,
yeah.
what is our destination then?
Okay. So, I think that if we go to Drakeen now, we won't have enough information to find them. I think that we should. Do you recall? There's. I imagine Everbeth has Scarland protected freight ships leaving, right? Could we potentially take a
They have
ride off
particular
that?
routes where they know that it's fairly safe. As far as anyone knows, at least as far as I know, I'm not a particularly experienced sailor, but there are areas where creatures tend to dwell. They have territories, and a lot of the sailors who do this kind of intercontinental travel generally know where these areas are and avoid them. So it's not as big of a problem. It really depends on what crew you get, and it's not something I can tell you because I have no idea.
That's fair. Yeah.
But the trade routes themselves are pretty safe, even though a lot of them do cross the scars.
Okay, so we could hitch a ride out through the Scarlands on a larger trade vessel with a small boat, small enough for the four of us, and then navigate our way to Ilm from there.
Okay, and we risk the Skylands without a shield then, or is that...
Oh, no, because then we'll be past the Scarlands, right?
He's got a
Right.
point.
Okay.
If you were to cross the Skylands heading up maybe from
Like,
Everbeth to...
like from the east side, maybe?
Everbeth to Grogdalia, one of those trade routes, you'd be looking at
Everbeth to...
couple days from your disembark from the ship itself, and you'd be on the island and you wouldn't have to cross any more scars.
And then from there we'll just ask them when the next one's going to be and hopefully try and meet up at the same point. Like, it's just somewhat risky, but we do have some unreliable amount of teleportation as a backup if everything fails.
What do you suggest, Archibald? You've been quiet for this whole time. What have you been thinking?
I've never travelled overseas. Never travelled over ocean, except through teleportation. So I don't really have a lot to offer. I think safest route probably sounds like it's I don't know, because so does the scar cut through here?
Yes.
That's really narratively inconvenient for us, you know that? Okay. Fenrir, what
Yes.
happens to Umbra? Like, what happens if you cast a spell and then use that spell traveling through the Scarlands? Does it make your
As far
Umbra
as
go
we're
wonky?
aware, as long as you have Umbra connection to the network, there is no change.
Okay.
But you do need connection to the network.
I'm pretty sure when we were on the
battery
boat, they
Battery wouldn't get you
powered.
anywhere, teleport-wise.
I'm not looking at teleportation.
If you were to travel with a battery, you'd have your Umbral connection, as long as that battery was working.
Okay.
Depends on... As far as we're aware, there is no interference between Scarlands and Umbra itself.
Absolutely.
Alright.
You monster.
Well,
You...
I have some mess to do.
See, look, I'm still banking on there's something within the Skylands that could be related to the Horseman. Because it's so little information, it's perfect.
I think I see where you're going with this. I just don't think that we should seek out a dangerous location just because people are afraid of it.
Here's a point. I think in this matter, seeking more danger is not exactly the wisest
Like,
course.
I agree with
If it was
Silkus.
fake, it would be a
Thank you,
good
Sam.
place to hide, but I just don't want to die if it's real.
I agree with Silkus.
Thank you, Percy.
At the same time, John, you are right. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to seek out
Like if there was a...
to explore the scar.
You have avocados.
But I
in your
think you
socks.
need a direction before you do.
Mm.
I would also recommend getting some experience beyond just sea travel.
Calisthenics. I'll say it every time.
If you intend to go into the scar, the most accessible one is the one bordering Antrustum and Thrackratha.
Mm.
Beyond that, make sure you know where you're going before you go in there. Going in there without a purpose is usually how people die the quickest.
Is there a I don't know, a book about animals, a creature compendium, or a
Like a
monster
manual of monsters?
that I could have a look at just to see what we're dealing with? Because I have another idea, but I'm just weighing up all my options because
I mean,
Mitch, is your
I mean, for all we know, there could be
Guys,
leviathans
guys.
in the damn thing.
Well, I did
How's a leviathan?
I'm
in the Scarlands.
Oh, it's you
how
know,
far away?
you're like you've like eaten
is
octopus before. I've heard
the
they're like
Isle-ville
huge versions of those.
from
From the mainland
Scary,
coast?
yeah.
yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
It's only a couple kilometers. Maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
Outboard, you might have more luck, but I did actually study and look up as much on Scarlands as I could, and have an idea of some of the creatures. Most of the
I'm
creatures.
not looking at the creatures in the Scholars themselves. I'm looking at Daylander native creatures
I see.
that might be big enough to carry 4 people, plus a couple of animals that are potentially in Pokeballs. Because absolutely booking it.
We just gonna catch them all.
Across. If we just go straight through the Scarlands real high, we can get about 12,000 feet in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Lean forward, please.
You planning on finding a big ass bird?
I'm planning on finding quite literally anything and casting fly on it.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how we turn it into a Pokemon D&D campaign.
Aha. That how did your research mention how wide across it was? The Scarlands usually,
Did my research?
or in
actually?
narrow areas?
It's like the island Vilm is a couple of
Mr.
kilometers
DM.
away from.
Mr. DM, how did my research say how wide Scarlands are, like the actual distance?
It varies depending on the location. So you didn't get any specific information on that particular part of the scar.
Anything about this one is actually of Daylander?
Or
It's
like
off
the
Daylander?
narrowest path that's
Yeah. It varies. I'm not too sure about the one here, but
Look, if you are, it's a crazy plan, but it might just work. If you are going to do it, I'd recommend getting information from a source more reliable than myself on
So
the
I was
measurements.
asking about a book.
Because I don't know the exact measurements. That was an estimate, and now that I know what you're doing, I'm very terrified for you. Don't take my word on the 5 kilometers.
5 now, is it?
4 or 5 is what I said, isn't it?
No.
Hannah? No, Anna, please, clip. We got evidence
No,
to check.
Pretty sure I said 4 or 5.
Hannah sent to our group chat a clip. I don't know what it's of, but I have a feeling.
Well, I can get 3.5.
I'm so
okay.
confused. What are you trying to cast? Does it just fly and just
Yeah.
go good? Okay.
If you work together, you could potentially.
I don't have the fly spell.
I see. That's an issue. Hmm.
Yeah, it's not something I've actually even considered having.
Okay, so
But
I
if
think
it's not.
your plan is interesting. How to put it?
It's reckless, but it is definitely a plan. I
Yeah.
like it. I mean,
I'm a shortest distance between 2 points kind of guy. So
I can't really judge on that idea because I suggest let's go straight into Skylands. So, out of sheer curiosity, and a hunch, I'm just jumping on a hunch. But if we can fly across, that'd be a great idea. Wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah.
But to actually get that far, that means we have to stop a few times because whatever creature we have will have to rest. So we have to go down and...
It's a distance of less than 10 minutes. It will take them 10 minutes to get that fast.
To fly from
If
where?
we can
Sorry.
absolutely book it.
From Yong to there.
No, not from Yong to
Sorry.
there. From
Okay.
there to there.
Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, so
Okay.
If we
it'd essentially just be carrying us, but you're magically powering the sprinting, as it were.
I imagine we could probably
I could give it expedition retreat.
we could
That gives it even more
Could you
speed.
cast fly more than once?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure flying happened when someone tried to jump twice, but you can't fly twice.
Or
So
did you
no,
mean
I
one
mean
after
in
the-
succession.
Oh yeah, I could. I just gotta make sure that it doesn't hit the ground before I do.
Oh, I got 6 seconds.
Mm.
We'll fly high enough.
If
That's
you got high enough altitude.
Let it glide.
And
Let it glide.
and a beast of burden, which was not very prone to panic.
I
But-
think we should. Sariel's demonstrated an ability to talk to animals before.
Yeah.
True.
I think maybe we can use that to our advantage.
But if we think, well, what kind of animal are we even considering? Like, we don't really
Like
know.
a really big ox, or yeah, like I've seen.
Honestly, an aurochs could carry the 4 of you, no problem.
Oh, alright. What about Gibbs?
Gibbs.
What if I enlarge Gibbs?
Hibboleth
Oh, Hibbs.
enlarged,
Enlarge
probably.
and then fly it.
Like
And it's got a bonus to
Seems
stealth,
very
so it can
strong.
become like a cloud.
How long does the lights last?
As long as fly, I think.
Because if
But
it's
fly
a
can
minute,
last.
we're in trouble.
I can cast it multiple times. I will do it.
Can you cast it 10 times?
You should all be
If I say
very
yes.
careful. The more complicated a plan, the more likely it is that one of the aspects is going to go wrong. So just be
Oh,
aware
yeah.
of that.
it's true. If we are attacked by weird scar birds or something like
Silkus
that,
loses concentration. If Archibald loses concentration, you should be prepared for these.
I'm still so interested with the Scarlands.
this seems like a silly thing to suggest, but
I've just suggested floating a creature across unbelievable chaos.
I mean, why do we find a walrus?
look, to be perfectly frank,
Flying
you
walrus.
guys aren't huge, and especially with magical assistance, I probably have the best hope of carrying us all.
Oh,
What if we just...
oh,
I mean, what if we just...
it's an option.
What did I miss?
We have a stupid plan.
Oh?
you can
God
cast
damn
that.
it, Michael.
What level is that spell? What level is fly?
It's a stupid plan from
What level
Michael,
is it?
not from Josh.
I modified
I
a
haven't had
moderately
bad
moderately
ideas.
stupid
How
plan into
dare
a
you.
very stupid plan.
Okay.
My plans have been
He's
actually pretty
crying, so somebody has to tell me
And
what
I
it
got a
is.
If you
goddamn
cast
it
it-
out of him.
If
so.
you cast
Okay,
it,
so
hold
what,
on.
what happened?
If you cast
So,
it at
um,
4th level, he can get it, and then also Hibbs
happened?
can get it.
Okay, so
Can we
both are
cast it
strong.
once
Glenn
at fourth
suggested
level,
that
though?
we
Yeah,
find
true.
a beast of burden that could carry all of us and then cast fly on it to fly through the Scarlands,
I mean, we
which
could...
then evolved into Josh casting enlarge on me and Glenn casting fly on me, and then I will carry all of us whilst flying across the Scarlands.
And then we can pocket
I like
Sulfur
it.
and Hibbs.
I actually like it. Can we do that?
Well, I can't enlarge for like longer than
Because
a minute.
I'll climb on him and then we'll.
I can only enlarge
What are
long.
you under each arm? And then.
I have 3 level, second slot circle spells and 1/4, third as well. So I can't
I have an
What?
idea, I guess.
enlarge the second
It's
level.
second level.
So I can do it total of 7 times, which means that we can do it for 7 minutes.
The bag of holding,
Oh god.
in its description, says that it has enough air in there for
No.
10 minutes.
No.
Yes. Oh.
If
He wants to do bag deception. I can see it coming.
wait.
He's doing a NADPOD trick.
Wait you. I'm doing an Archibald 1 trick. Thank you very much. If how does the new air get in? Once a creature is taken out, how does the new air get in? Do you have to keep the bag open?
You'd be better served asking Albert this one, but I would. Best guess is that it trickles in.
Do I know how it works?
It's not an airtight vault.
Do
As
I
far
know?
as I'm aware, it's just a very, very good vault.
Do, do I know how to work with my academy knowledge, studies and whatnot for what he's saying?
Roll an Arcana check,
Thank you.
I suppose. See, this is really
So,
complex
At
because
most, you might have to carry 3 bags.
That's not bad. Hold on.
Okay, well.
Hold on. Dirty 20,
no.
right? Dirty 20. Does this seem plausible?
Okay, so
2 bags at a sorry hole.
Guys,
I mean, it
dirty
seems,
20.
It seems
Plausible?
plausible to
Okay.
you. You don't know about possible or practical.
With a dirty
It
20.
seems
Can you
plausible.
just have everyone's heads poking out of the
I'll
bag?
tell you what we'll try. Let's try it.
Finger turns away for a second. And you,
He just leaves.
you watch him quickly cast
We're
a
a
spell.
lost
Roll an
cause.
Arcana check, both of you.
I'm not getting a bag of holding, so either way you're carrying me.
11.
21.
You recognize it immediately as sending.
I think we've just been told on.
And he
He might be asking you
Hey, Sid, have
He
you?
might be.
Who are you talking to?
he speaks for a couple of seconds off in a very mumbled voice that you can't quite make out, and then turns around and comes back to you. I figured we could use some help on the matter.
You better not rat us out. I
reckon
will.
he's
I
called
will
Alba.
get your scores at the academy checked.
3, 2, 1, and then he steps to the side, and Albert appears right where he was standing.
Alba, welcome to the chaotic ideas gang.
Hello. What? I have been told something very intriguing.
Yeah.
What do you intend to
experiment.
do?
It was pointing at me.
So I've got a couple of questions
Don't worry,
about
it's pointing Just don't.
the workings of
Don't.
the bag of
Very
holding.
specific.
First of all,
Yes.
Here we go.
the bag of holding leads to a vault.
Yes.
The vault has a specific amount of air in it. From what-
Yes, about 10 minutes
About
for a
10
regular
minutes.
medium creature, yes.
How does new air get in? Does it come in through the bags whenever it's opened, or does it get added through a ventilation system from bag holdings themselves?
It can filter in from the bag itself. As you withdraw and put in items, it can get caught up in the item itself, and then it can disperse into the air in the vault. Alternatively, it does filter in around the cracks in the vault itself, of which there are a few. It's not airtight, and sometimes when they run and do their maintenance rounds, they will open up a vault to clean out certain parts, do their maintenance, and then close up again, and that refills it in instantly.
Okay, so my
Do it
next
without reading the
question
page.
is: say a spell was cast, and then the spellcaster went into a bag of holding.
Yes.
Would that spellcaster be able to hold concentration on that spell and still have it affect the creature it was cast on?
I assume every time you
Well,
take
it
damage.
depends, because you are traveling through the umbral plane in order to get there, so it depends on whether you can hold the spell across planes.
I
It
don't.
depends on the spell.
Well, I mean.
In this instance,
I
it would be
think,
fly.
Quick question
Like,
though.
I feel like when you use
Wait,
your
why don't we
enlarged
just buy
thing-
this? The broom of flying, the spade of flying, the shovel of flying.
Oh yeah, you got to
Are you
shovel.
trying to fly somewhere?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. We could test it out right now though. We could.
I can simplify this whole
Let's do
process.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
take him
Please
back.
simplify.
John,
Ignore
get
them. Ignore them. Simplify.
Although I am very curious to see.
No,
I
no.
mean,
We can
there's
see
no harm
I'm
after.
not sure he would fit in there.
Simplify,
He
and
is
then
good.
we'll
He
see
can
but
after.
She might fit in there.
Simplify, and we will see after.
He's quite skinny. He could fit.
Inhale. Come on.
I'm very curious to see.
Oh, so am I. Come on.
How are you gonna get him back out?
You're the better stick. We can.
reach in and retrieve him.
Yeah. We'll make a deposit.
Like, reach in and just go Archibald and then
We'll
like
make,
pull him
we'll
out
make
by
a
his head.
withdrawal. Come on.
I-
You had the idea.
I have to
You
find
have to
out.
go in. You have to
I
go
cast fly on Sulcus and then I climb in the bag to see if it stays.
Oh my fucking
I need
god.
to look at some rules.
If you die,
I will
I'm not
I'm
fly.
gonna be
die.
so mad.
Hold on, hold
I
on,
just
don't-
made your
don't die.
bedroom.
Like,
I made
Don't
both your
speak so
characters
soon. I
bedrooms.
fly up all the way in the sky.
I'm gonna cut you.
so the other thing is, this is kind of not super necessary because if we are
I'm just thinking about maintaining concentration because
No,
if you end
what I-
up in a combat situation,
yeah.
or if you start taking damage, then if we take damage, I reckon a hit from
Okay.
the Scarlands will knock us out, and then you out of the sky.
Okay, that's fair. Because I was thinking that
This wasn't.
if you are outside of the bag, then I can carry you.
Yeah, I know. This is more for our
Um,
protection than
and if
your.
and if I'm enlarged, then I can carry all three of you.
So when it
Yeah,
jumps in
but
the bag,
we
I
have to be
seal it
enlarged
up and I
for
throw it out the
some
window.
time.
I'll climb out somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If one's in trouble, just the other one can just yoink, and he's out. How's he doing? Am I still flying?
But it's true that we do, I think,
Yeah,
still
the books
have enough.
don't seem to
To
account for this
account-
ridiculousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then you decide.
Would it
It is
just?
true that we do have enough
Here's the
funds
thing.
remaining
He can.
to just buy.
A broom of
He
flying.
can breathe.
I just
He can
think,
breathe for
I think
100.
it would be hilarious if we got a shovel.
Oscar.
of flying.
He can breathe for 10 minutes, but he can also hold his breath with a minute plus his con. So technically, it's even longer than 10 minutes.
And then after that, you can count the time they spend dying.
And then, yeah, when that happens, that's when the concentration kicks in. He has to
Oh, I
concentrate.
can't check.
Can I assist while causing holding it and whatnot? Can I
Okay.
assist him on that? Can I assist? Help action?
You can't assist. He's jumped in the bag and he's trying to hold concentration.
I'm helping with
spell.
holding the bag.
He's not jostling the bag. How about that?
Yeah, I haven't thrown it out the window yet.
Okay, Archibald. Archibald.
Such a
You
dumb
climb in the
idea.
bag.
How much of your hair's fallen out?
Archibald, get in the bag.
All of it. This is
10
a
minutes.
wig.
10 minutes in the bag.
You climb in the bag. As you make your way in,
I can't.
it feels like you're just climbing into a large duffel bag. And then as soon as your head goes below the top of the bag, you feel yourself
Put your lid back
transported. Roll another Arcana check for me.
I know where the lid is. Huh? Oh.
oh, come on, barely rolled, but 16.
Okay. The first thing you see is your friend traveling with you in the Umbral Network.
Oh.
At which point you exit the Umbral Network into a very dark room.
Yeah.
You can't see a damn thing.
Yep. That's fine.
You got rid of the smelly boats and all the hides, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Thank God.
There's still cobalt hides in there.
I'm pretty sure he got rid of the
No, he got rid of the goat skins that were in the Eton, which smelled.
You get all his breath.
Because we weren't going to get rid of the cobalt skins in case we needed to make more of her
It
corn
smells like very strong herbs.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like maybe disinfectants of some sort.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so.
And you barely have any room to move as you feel to the sides a number of shelves
Yeah.
and all manner of obstacles.
That's fine.
There is the slightest of cracks of light. Two vertical, very narrow lines that don't reveal anything, but you gather it's probably the door.
Mm-hmm.
Silkus, you can still fly.
Hey.
I have a question. If he bangs on the door loud enough, can someone open it and then he has infinite time?
I go in my hand in the bag.
Are you asking this in character?
No, because I don't know. I'm asking his Hannah.
Oh no, you probably
I'm
wouldn't
not
know it's
gonna tell
Sariel either.
I just feel like that would be hilarious. He's like, how?
I'll
Let her in
grab
the
my
door,
hand-
and then you have all the ear.
I'll grab my hand. Go take my hand in there. Grab whatever I can feel is like hair.
Whoa!
I'll
You
feel-
can't feel anything.
You have to actually call it.
You're not. Yeah, you have to
No.
visualize
Like summon
the
him.
item.
I'm visualizing him.
Yeah, but you don't have to. But you can't grab anything until you like. There's
So
nothing
I
in the
visual-
bag.
Yeah, I know.
You reach in, you visualize, and then you pull out. So it automatically
exactly
goes
what
into your
I'm
hand.
doing,
You're not.
yeah.
You're not reaching in to feel for something.
No, I go there. I'm visualizing him, and that's when I'm like, oh, it's in my hand. I feel the hair, and I'm pulling it.
Archibald, you feel the strangest sensation.
Why
Roll,
the heck?
roll a concentration check.
So that's part of it's part of how the magic works. I don't make the rules.
20.
As you are wrenched up
Right.
into
Ow!
the Unreal Network once more, and suddenly you're pulled into the light again, and your head is
Oh,
sticking out
sorry.
of the bag of holding.
It can't be helped. It's my bad.
I'm gonna climb out the bag of holding.
I put it down on the ground so,
So-
he
It's
has
a
to climb it
difficult
out.
endeavor.
Yeah, he's got no leverage besides his arms.
So,
Is it possible? Well, I was still flying.
okay.
This is something for the books. Albert, please jot this down.
I am very
So,
interested
if you're
to
not-
know this.
If
This
you're
could
not
be something we can
enlarged,
exploit.
if you're not enlarged, you can carry 2, right?
Probably. Yeah. Like my.
I still think that the idea of getting
How
him a
long are
flying
you
contraption
intending
would
to
better.
be flying?
Oh, not too long.
At least 6 kilometers.
Oh, that's
So
fine, that
so
should be-
somewhere in the realm of 15 minutes or so.
Roughly,
So you're
yeah.
gonna
Approximately.
run out
Why
of air.
why
He can hold his
look
Right at the end, you cast or like about 8 minutes in, you cast a large. Get me out of the bag. John can carry us.
Then someone switches.
if look, I mean I've already got a completed shovel for you. If you
Completed
wanted to
shovel.
purchase it, maybe I could give you a bit of a discount too because of your patronage. But
How much is it?
That's just-
look, I can contact my I can contact Bag Holdings and I can maybe ask them to open the vault for you.
I gotta be honest.
That actually would be a good idea.
That with the door, you got to.
I think, given our situation,
I'd rather fewer people know about this.
This is something we want to keep down on low. Please, Percy, just keep it all to yourself. Don't tell Mastriel.
Why are you playing with an eraser?
Also, Josh is here. Like, that's a fantastic sentence. I've got a shovel for you.
Really
That's a
bad.
great line, just out of
You're
context.
doing this.
The shovel is complete.
We're digging our own grave
Why are
here.
you doing that?
Well, that's also an option. So, which, to be fair, we don't even have to cast fly. He can fly. He can fly on the shovel, and one of us can be in the bag so he can carry 2. You don't have to concentrate on
Actually,
fly.
can't 2 people fit on?
is there a maximum?
I feel like
weight
you're very
for
much
the-
overcomplicating this.
For the,
No,
is
no,
there a
no.
maximum weight?
We're
for
definitely
the,
overcome.
for the broom. For
Overcomplicating
the
this.
shovel in this case.
I seem to
There
remember
is, it's I believe it's 400 pounds, although it will move at half speed after 200.
I have a high fiber diet, so I'm pretty good.
I seem to remember 2 people can fit on a broom, but it is a shovel, so maybe not.
It's also made of sturdier stuff, so that's good.
How are you doing that? It's like stuck.
Gently.
He was like moving it in the wrapper, and I can't do it at all.
Okay, so
See, look.
you know what? We have a plan. We have a plan now.
I don't like this.
I'm
plan.
not sure you do have a plan.
Oh
What
no,
is
I'm
the
sure we
plan?
have got a plan. Alba,
I don't like this
it's
plan.
been great. We really appreciate it, but I think we'll probably continue this on our own. Honestly, everything that you
Wait.
just said would be great. We got a plan.
How much is the
No,
shovel?
we don't.
Oh, we have a plan.
No,
the
we
shovel-
don't.
The flying
If,
over.
if
Shovel
not
is
everybody
a-
agrees, it's not a plan, and I don't agree to this. I'm
whatever
not
he
getting in a
wrote.
bag, and
You
if
don't
it's
have
over
to.
15 minutes, then I'm not letting anybody else get in the bag either.
You're not going to get in the bag, and if it's not going to be over
650.
15, and if it
Oh.
does, someone can quickly pop
Go.
out and we could switch. That's not a big
Well,
deal.
while you're there, what was the decanter? How much did that
If
cost?
anything, he's got something
the
bonus. If
answer,
someone
I
falls, he can
believe,
cast
was
fly.
250.
I don't agree. I disagree.
So what's your fantastic plan? I'd love to hear it.
I don't know, but I
You've
don't like
got a
this
plan,
one.
so we have a plan then. Do you have nothing
No.
to compensate with that?
No.
I think
I feel you're being very rude right now, Silkus.
He is. Thank you.
Alba, I love you.
Silkus.
But please, it's a private thing.
No.
I'm standing here, and so is Fenrir.
I
It's
think-
just between you and Fenrir as well.
I think we should. Wait, can we afford the shovel at the moment? I think we've.
Did we already
Well,
pay
if
for
she
the
just-
shovel?
We'd
She
be
did
fairly
We
hard
paid.
up.
I'm pretty sure we
because-
paid for the
She
shovel.
did offer
We
us
just-
a discount. Maybe we should find out what the discount
No,
is before we say
I'm
that.
sure we paid for the shovel, and it was just typical. It took longer than the week that we were
No, we
provided.
hadn't
No,
paid
we
for
did
it.
not.
Did we not pay for the shovel?
No, you have not.
We didn't pay for it because it was.
If I'm not
expensive.
using the accent, it's Josh,
As-
mate.
No, you have not paid.
As far as you mentioned the discount,
Yes, look, you have been quite lucrative patrons, I will say, and it would be worth my time to give you a discount, yes. Potentially on a 650 gold shovel of flying, maybe I could take that down by 100 gold.
Honestly,
And maybe
with-
could throw in a spell in there as well if you would like.
the thing is, we are really stretching
Uh,
our budget right now.
Glenn, you can look at what I've got and I'll put whatever you need me to towards it. It's a 3, the first one, because it's been so much.
I think it would be a good idea to take it, just because
okay.
our plan
I'm
Party
sure.
funds
Like
allowed.
it does
is
depend
going to
on the.
fall apart at too many edges otherwise.
Sure.
and
Yeah, we'll
The
take.
alternatives aren't
We'll
great.
take
Well,
the,
what happens if he runs out of
We'll
air
take the shovel.
or passes out? He loses flying.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
I know that.
and then I have to yank you out of the bag fast enough that you can catch us before we plummet to our death.
Well, it's not like I can really do much beyond just casting large on you.
Well, I mean,
I can we can dimension door if that's the case. Dimension down 500 feet, and we'll be there.
haven't you like caught someone from falling before? I thought that was something you could do.
Featherfall is a very basic skill.
That's yes. Oh, I did prepare that. So yes, I had to double check if I prepared. It's been a while.
No, it's going to
It's
be
been an
more than a
entire week
single
of not
day
pre-
from getting here to there, right?
No.
No, it's not.
I still don't like this plan. If she says it's going to be about 15 minutes and you've got 10 minutes of air.
Where are you trying to go?
Across a scar.
A scar?
Less
You're,
people
Over
know-
water.
you're more than 15 minutes.
less
Where
people
did you get
know.
that? Where did you get that impression?
You just said 15 minutes.
That's something.
Why, that was because you told me
We're
5 kilometers.
we're going from the
Northwest.
We're going from the northwestern point of Dalendar to the Isle of Ilm.
Oh, you're looking at at high fly speeds. Or you're looking at a solid half hour.
What?
Yes.
Now do you believe me that we don't have
Oh,
a
because
plan?
you knew that.
No, I
Really?
didn't, but I
No,
already
okay,
knew
so
one
please
plan.
stop.
Do you know what the width of the actual scar length there is? Or if
No, I
it's-
don't know the exact width,
Okay, fair.
but it's a decent distance. You cannot see each coast from the other, as far as I'm aware.
How much would a flying carpet be?
A little more. Flying carpets are generally made for cargo, kind of larger
Can we
bulk
borrow
items.
one? Do you think?
I don't have any.
That's so defeating when you said that.
She think you know
It's
anyone
like
who
it was
does?
a dream. that
Oh,
was
I
out
know
loud.
quite a few people who probably would. Yes.
And they're in Yolm?
I never have a blue genie. I don't know this place.
Maybe she should just go like this, and we'll be good.
The
Okay, so alternatively,
I'm sure still because
Um,
I watched the 1960s I Dream of Genie.
Hubeleth and Sulfur, at least way less than I do.
And we can pocket them.
No, I'm saying other way round.
yep.
But who can get you out?
Well,
No,
not
you'd be
everyone's
getting
going to go
us out.
inside.
I think
Oh, I see.
I think
I'm
we're the
starting to
two
get where I'm
biggest
going.
liabilities here.
Okay.
Potentially,
I've
but
lost
I'm
weight within the past week.
What were you thinking of?
I've been eating
like
less
I'm
fatty
the
foods.
You're the
heaviest.
heaviest.
So I was thinking that the broom might, as carry capacity, probably be able to take the two of you and Sulfur and Hubeleth, potentially.
Fenrir,
Actually,
that thing
I
about
looked down
the-
at
For
Hubeleth.
weights,
the
that's
thing
probably
about-
Actually, Hubeleth's
uh,
probably heavier than you guys. Never mind.
The thing about that ship you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm very concerned for your lives.
How about we
right
just
now.
do the ship? That was an option I'm sure I heard you say at one point.
I can't cast fly on a ship.
Look,
Okay.
Well, that's poor. That's just
I
that's
can
no
potentially
character
I can
attitude.
potentially have the Mastery Isle organize a ship for you at least to
I don't-
Equinora if that's where you want to go. But you're gonna have to decide where you want to go first. And on top of
Well,
that,
If we're going to,
I don't know how you're gonna get.
if we're going to get
okay.
a ship from here, let's just say from here.
Hmm.
We don't need to go to any other one. We just have to follow the coast and then go around Scarlands. That's really it.
I mean,
ships just one direction.
You can't really go around the Scarlands, but you can take a safer route through them.
Yeah, I'd say, okay, I think we should go with the out by a safe route and then on our own small ship try to navigate to the Island of Ilm. And we'll have that plan as a solid backup, which we can rely on if we have to.
So are
Solid.
you buying the brew
I
think
do
we
it-
should.
shovel thing?
Yeah, we'll buy the flying shovel.
I think we should.
Yes.
If we need it as a backup plan, we should.
And the plus side, it can be used as a weapon.
How fast is the shuttle?
Smash
You got,
somebody.
and it's a backfire, so it's
I don't
more
think you
durable.
should hit anything with a $600 item, okay?
But it's much more durable
You said
because
you
it's
were
magical.
throwing in a
So it actually won't break out the
spell. Do you want to learn fly as well?
That's something I could probably. It's going to cost
it,
extra for
it
flight.
flies at about 50 feet.
How about
50
we
feet,
not
okay.
worry about any more costing of us?
Well, I mean, you said you were throwing in a spell, right?
I could, as part of the discount, yes.
and what would be the
I
total
haven't
cost of
given
that?
it to you yet.
I hand over the platinum. You give it to me. That's how this works.
Well, I will have to go back and pick it up, but
Yeah, that little chestnut.
You shopkeepers
How
always trying to
much-
scam us by having to go back to your shop to pick things up.
I've played that game before. So how much are we looking at for the shovel and then possible spell? with
if
the
you want the
discount?
spell as well, then
What are we looking
Hey,
at?
look, I already had one ready. I was going to send you one with your next items that you had already ordered, but
Guys!
and this was this is not the one.
You learn fly.
This is
He
the
knows
one.
fly. We on broom. Flying, broom.
If you're
Hit something.
traveling for half an hour, I'm losing this accent, guys. I'm making this happen.
You brought her here.
I am trying.
You brought Alva
Wait, tell
here.
me how my idea is not feasible.
No, it's a great idea. I'm now trying to figure out
I
how
think
I
it
can
would
flavor
work.
it.
The configuration, because we want to chain both of their lengths of flying.
Wait,
Look,
I'll
Fenrir
find
was
out.
lighter than you, so we can
yeah.
make you
Baker,
fly.
We
could
can
you
do that.
please? And Fenrir's like, yes. And he grabs Alba and they both disappear.
Oh, okay. Here's just something we've got to talk about.
How much do you weigh?
That's a personal question.
It is, but how much do you weigh?
About 170
That's kilos or pounds?
pounds, I hope.
That's something you guys don't have a space for on here. I'm pretty sure I was at 180.
Yeah. And I should have
pretty
counted
sure I was
weight
180.
into this.
Well, she said 500 would make it
I know.
go, what,
So
half speed or something?
specific.
But
Oh,
So if you and I are on the broom, and then he gets flying and you get flying.
we get a dinghy. We get a very, very good connection plane. Put that through. I cast levitate on the
Yeah.
dinghy.
I got an idea.
We'll
With
stay,
that,
but
it needs a mast.
We'll be sitting on the dinghy that's
and
levitating.
I need a mast so we catch the wind.
the
so it
shovel.
flies across.
We use the shovel
To pull?
as the engine
You push?
forward, and
You're
the
pushing.
dinghy carries us.
You know, here's my thing. Here's the thing. We've all been thinking simple ideas. This guy comes along. It's like, how about
Oscar,
we
Can
pocket
we just give up
ourselves?
and just go to bed? Please. Like,
Still
can we
in the
just go
morning. It's
out of this
like an-
room and go to bed?
Is it like an hour of
Fenrir
talking?
and Alba reappear
I think-
once more. This time Alba has a large shovel in hand.
Can you just wait
Okay.
a second, please? I think we just
I
need
think
to talk
so.
to ourselves quickly.
Well-
I'm going to usher everyone just a little bit back
I'll
so we
take the
talk to
shovel.
ourselves.
Thank you.
Here is your
Can
complimentary
you
spell
just,
score
for
as
once,
well.
listen to
Very
me?
cool.
Crying out loud. Archibald, come on.
I'm listening. I'm just drawing at the same time.
I ushered you all separate.
Yeah.
We don't really want to say too much to Alba. We say Fenrir because I can trust Fenrir. I just don't want Marcial to go.
You can trust me.
We're ushered
I
away.
have very good hearing.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, I do.
We're actually 50 kilometers away.
I
Okay.
can still hear you,
God
sir.
damn.
That's terrifying.
Oh my god, that's the worst kind of thing. You wake up
Alba
and then
also has incredible projection.
Yeah, exactly.
She's been learning from Lumen.
Yes.
what I'm saying is the idea here is and talking quietly. It's kind of like a huddle thing.
Right, can I like AFK and come back when they're done discussing?
No.
the
You're
plan?
included in this group or not? Do you want to be part of this group? If not, then you leave. It's as simple as that.
Why are
No,
you
you
always so
won't be here. Good,
confrontational?
He's very confrontational.
You have
That
been-
makes me want to leave you guys to do this on
You've
your
been
own.
every time I've opened my mouth, you have scoffed or
Actually, that was
countered.
Hannah asking if I could leave the room while
No,
you
I'm
guys
not
do the
that-
discussion.
Oh, that was Hannah.
But, yeah,
I
Hannah still has headache.
did not know that. See,
You
we were in
argue.
character. I was in character.
Yeah, you,
You
were
didn't-
sassing
you
me
didn't-
in
you
character
didn't
when I was being
es-
serious.
You didn't specify that you're not in character. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Wow,
I-
so sassy at me.
Okay. So
Okay. Here's the thing.
It seems
I'm
to
gonna
me
just go
like
with
if we
considering this
have
is
a
not
plan-
working in a sense where you guys ain't following what I'm trying to do. Josh is here just saying Silkers is basically thinking that Mastriel doesn't want us to really follow war, right? She doesn't want us to
But we're
follow
not
war.
following war.
No, but we lead in that similar direction. We're going that direction, which can still be thought and be assumed that it's where we're going, right?
think-
Are you
And
still
so
doing this
I don't-
quietly?
This is Josh because Silkus tries to do the whole thing and everyone doesn't listen. So I've given up. Basically, his idea is he doesn't want to have both Albert and Fenrir together in a sense where like we can trust Fenrir because Fenrir is well, we've traveled with Fenrir. He can keep his mouth quiet. He's been good at that.
Yeah, but he's
been
now
qui-
in her employ.
Yes, but he can, if requested, he can just be required. With Alba, though, love Alba, don't get me wrong, but she could say things to Master
Okay,
either way.
that's fair.
Oh my
So
God, I
that was
love
the
that
whole
drawing.
point that I'm trying to hey, maybe we
Okay.
shouldn't say all our plan, just in case it comes back to Master L,
Yeah.
and Master L then cuts us off.
Yeah,
That was the
I guess-
idea.
Tweet it.
What I am thinking is that I'm pretty sure the Mestriel is okay with us going to Ilm.
It's
Yeah,
that's what
I'm-
I'm saying. It's an
But-
empty island at
But
this
it is
stage.
true that there is stuff
There's-
which we don't want to share.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We don't share everything,
But
but
I
no
don't
one's
think-
listening to Silkus when
But
he
I
tries
don't
to say
think
something.
that the island is a problem. Like I don't think her knowing we're going to an island, an
But she
empty
knows-
island, is a problem.
She knows the island's off Scarlands.
Yeah,
which
but
is
she
something
also
that
knows
we-
that war was heading away.
but past that direction, we are going to that pretty much similar direction.
But she doesn't know that we're going past the island.
I mean, like
She knows we're going
for
that
the most
direction.
part, we are going to the Island of Ilm. We're not even lying to her.
Well,
Like
no.
she knows that's what we want, and that is what we want.
The
It's just
idea
that after
is
that, we
we
may
just
want to go somewhere else.
yeah, and she,
But by then, she can't exactly tell us no.
Hey Oscar, how you feeling?
Like we're being sassy and annoying.
ah,
Silkus, how much do you weigh? This is
You know what?
important
I
math.
think it's a very
that's
personal
a personal question, and you might be free to answer that.
Mathematically.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
about
know the
like
scales.
Silkus, how tall and
I'm like
thin
a
are
buck
you?
50.
Silkus goes to.
I think I'm
600
like 170.
I
or
don't know
something.
how it works with
180
changelings when
maybe?
it comes to weight, because they change the secular level.
Hey, wait, yeah, can you change
So-
this to a
secular
kid?
level?
Cellular.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking secular. Sorry, I'm thinking of different
You're
words.
always
Cellular.
sinking. You know what?
Because you change
So
in your
like, because
cells,
I
right?
can make myself heavier by being a rotust person.
Rotund
Oh fuck.
or robust.
When you guys can like stop doing it, I'll come back. But god damn it, I don't
I'm
know.
helping.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know
John,
anymore.
how much
I've
do you
lost
weigh?
the plot.
I would imagine like
200, 210. Just because you're buff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Something
he'd
around
be.
that.
He
You're
eats a lot
calling
of
him
protein.
fit.
No, I'm calling him Chonk.
That's worse. So much worse.
Chonk. I was thinking of those cats, you know, the ones that look like really.
God damn
No,
it.
but yeah, I am calling him fit. Sorry, John.
He eats a lot of protein, you know? But he cuts down the carbs, so
Nope.
he's kind of cut. Yeah, it works.
Actually, come to think of it,
He's...
I did think of John as having a build which is pretty similar to mine. So come to think of it, it wouldn't be quite that much.
Yeah,
Oh.
but you gotta consider the muscle.
But I think
how much?
your
This
picture's
is-
got like
I
quite
I
think
think
broad
John's any
shoulders.
more muscly than he is.
He's got-
You're underestimating him.
He's got quite broad shoulders and then
Yeah,
he's got
probably,
really
yeah,
quite
definitely, actually.
muscular thighs.
He has those
He's got like
thighs.
real big legs.
He's got them thighs.
like he's got real big
It's
legs.
impressive.
His legs are
Speak of
huge.
calf.
He
Stop
does.
rubbing John's thighs.
He does the leg
No.
presses at the gym.
I mean, to be saying
No.
that though, like I've got pretty big legs on my picture too. So
I think a lot of that is the clothing.
yeah, a lot of mine.
Mine is
I
strictly.
got very loose clothing. But how tight are your pants?
Mine is strictly the clothing. It is all clothing basically. He's like basically that.
What is going on? Do you guys have a plan, or what is
We
happening?
have no plan.
I'm waiting for Glenn to finish calculating.
Every time we
Like,
had a
We have an hour left.
we had a sensible plan.
Do we
This
actually? I
nut
thought
job
we'd be done
comes
in, like,
with the
20 minutes at this
wackiest, fantastic idea, and then we're like, okay, but we just wanted a
He's
ship.
rolling for ideas.
Oh no. I don't even.
Oh dear.
I'm excited to see what he's
We
working
could
on.
simply do the boat, have a mast, and let the wind carry us. Have it fly, carry us. We could
I
do
think it
that.
I feel like that would depend on the wind direction.
I'm not even Silkus right now. Silkus has he is turned off. Right
Only
now.
took like 10.
Josh is getting there.
I think
What has happened?
that
Oh god.
either way, we're gonna want to start by getting passage
So-
and then going to Everbath.
I just did the calculations based on all of our weight. Would you like to know how much the party weighs in total? Late. Literally 1,337 pounds.
So even
But I'm pretty sure I did that wrong, so...
hold on.
Um,
How heavy does how much does the boat the ship the shovel carry?
She said
500?
max of
I
500.
enlarge it. Double its capacity.
I'm not sure that
It
would
carries
work.
1,000. We can make it. All four
Yeah,
of
but
us.
you've still
all
got
four
the
of us
problem
on one.
of, but you've still got the problem of how long it will take.
Well, I guess
know.
what
I can
I
do it
mean
for
is
7
that-
minutes.
Yeah, but she said
The
something like
broom,
30.
the broom is
Oh,
not
no.
the
looking
broom
for
is not
weight.
holding things up using muscles.
Land
is the
vehicle.
issue.
Close handle.
So I don't
I'm
think they can be
picturing-
bigger with increased carry capacity.
I'm now picturing a shovel with biceps.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
What do you say? What do you say?
I'm asking him the weight of a boat, and he's like, oh, that'd probably be in the player's handbook, land vehicles.
For a boat.
Oh shit.
Too bad we're not using the boat as a water device. It's a water carrying device.
I'm not using it as a
Is
weather
it me or are
device.
these
No,
shiny?
no.
They're glossy, kind of.
We could just take the boat, levitate it, and then just let the wind carry it, or let him push behind on the ship.
Or use the shovel as the propulsion system.
I said I liked.
But the shovel has. Oh, good, I guess.
If the
Okay.
shovel's
Wait, hold
going
on.
forward,
Wait, how are we doing? How are we doing?
Oh my god.
Well, you can levitate on that.
I'm
Is that
levitating the
is that
boat.
concentration spell?
Nope.
Oh, sweet. Okay,
I
that
don't
could
think
work.
so.
If it is, then we can.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But-
But if I'm gonna have fly, then I could cast fly on the
But
shovel.
the shovel flies.
The shovel flies. It's a flying
It's
It's
shovel.
a flying shovel.
Oh my god. Can you just like hold
This
that
is the
freaking
session
drawing
where
up
we've
to
all
one of the
broken.
cameras, please?
We've all absolutely just under the weight
There's
of
one
the
up there
sheer
behind Oscar.
Craziest
I'll do it later.
ideas.
I'll take a photo and tweet it.
What am I doing?
Oh, I
Oh,
was saying he should put that in the camera picture.
I'm just trying to have fun.
Okay,
I
so
think it
do
would be real
do we
fun
want to do some? Do we want to go straight to doing something stupid, or do we want to do something
Smart and
sensible and
stupid.
safe with stupid as a backup?
Here's the thing, though.
I am with
This
him.
one was like when we said about the
Because
bags.
it'll
you
be
were all
fun to
for
go
it.
straight
Oh,
for
was it?
something stupid.
Wow.
But
No,
if we
I
do, we
wasn't.
cannot
The
use
The
sensible
second
and
I
safe
had
as
to
a
get into a
backup.
bag, nuh-uh.
It does
Okay,
not
that's
work
fair.
that way.
But you were originally being like, I like that.
I was
one.
like, that's cool. And then I was like, wait, no, I'd have to get in the bag. Nuh-uh.
True. So he can carry you. It'll
Yeah,
be, it'll
but
be just
that's
one
why I was
person's bag.
nuh-uh-ing it. And then the length of time was nuh-uh.
Okay.
That's a funny sentence.
Are you okay?
A rowboat,
Nope.
You're
which I
actually
assume
quite
they
hot,
mean a
John.
dinghy,
Yeah.
I.
weighs
Yes.
100 pounds.
Oh god.
So I corrected the maths from before because I realized I was doing like running totals. So I took 600 off. So now our total is 737. We are putting a 737 in the air in this world.
Hey, we lost weight. You know what? That's impressive. In a space of, what, 10 minutes? That's a pretty good record.
So now we just got to cut out 230 pounds.
Do we want to keep planning this in front of Alba and Fenrir, or do we want...
It can carry 400
I'm currently
pounds.
planning this in my head.
It can carry
Okay.
400 pounds.
Our plan, we don't have to be talking to Fenrir and Alba about this plan going ahead. We have
That's
options
okay.
now. We
I
can now
think-
decide what we're doing.
Well,
I think we should go on a boat.
regardless of the plan.
Are we in character now?
Everbeth,
I gotta know.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's. Sorry for creating a whole kerfuffle.
May I please borrow your rubber?
You're really
Would-
around
Eraser.
this
Fenrir, would you mind?
Why do they have rail?
Would you mind messaging
Someone.
messaging the matriarch and asking if we can arrange for passage?
Towards Equinora.
Equinora?
Or no, we were going.
Yeah, like the safe way across the scar is towards Equinora, isn't that what they said before? Like towards.
Well, to hit
I imagined that we would be.
the general route,
want to do that.
Equinora, you'd be heading not over a scar at all, and then they have, they have an island out there that takes all the trade and distributes it from there.
Wouldn't that be
You'd be
smart
able to
way
get
to
to
go?
the island and then safely to Equinora itself, which would cross that scar and then
If we can
let you
leave
get around
Dale and
across the
Dar
top.
without crossing the scar, then that would probably be the best way.
Isn't Elm here though?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd have to go
So it would be a
all
long
the way
way
across
around.
the width. And
We
that
might as
is-
well just go around Delendal. The other way around.
This is not how it works.
We might as well. The world is flat. And
So,
I don't understand how that would be shorter.
I don't. Well, it's like if we're going that way, then that way. We might as well go around the other way. At least we're going across the coast.
you have
so
to
we can-
cross the scar at some point.
It's just crossing it at the safest point, which I thought was close to Equinora.
Does the
Yes.
shovel have a saddle?
No, it doesn't.
He's still trying.
does not.
Gonna have to pick up a
Admire
special
that.
saddle.
How do you sit on it then?
Sit on
I mean,
You
probably
just
pay
sit
for it.
on it. You deal.
You did.
That was so menacing.
Oh, Lord. I haven't written anything since we wake up
I
and
like
head to
this name.
Lagram. I like until. It's good.
Here, have some of mine.
I was under the impression that we would be going through the scar using one of the shipping lanes at Everbeth. That way we would have less distance to navigate on our own.
Yeah, that would be better.
I do believe that we were able to have that option, were we not?
Might I suggest, if you're going with the overseas route,
Who knows what we're doing?
might I suggest you speak to someone who knows about crossing the sea? Such as one of the many intercontinental sailors that we have here in Yoln at the moment.
Every time you say Intercontinental, I think of breakfast.
I think of bigger stickers.
That sounds very
That's the face of a
sensible.
DM that just wants he's sick of my shit.
Hey,
I'm gonna agree with the chat here and say that we've probably been drinking a little too much.
hey
I'm
Silkus.
so sorry. Every time I say you have to continue to this with
Hey Silkus, you've got that memory thing. How much can you memorize?
Well, I don't have something that I'm not skillful to remember every single detail beyond a month and whatnot. It's just as far as my memory goes. I can be able to bring up something I can remember.
Oh,
what are you
okay.
looking specifically?
Oh, I was thinking like. I thought you had like a magically enhanced memory, so I was thinking like an entire book on sailing and charts, but I
Oh, no.
misunderstood.
No, and at the same time, I've never studied that
I was
kind of
gonna
stuff.
say, yeah, you
That's
really
not really
don't
my
want his
thing.
memory of sailing, because I'm pretty sure all we'll be doing is watching him vomit.
You do see me vomit quite a lot.
How did you travel with this group? You hear Albert looking at Fenrir.
It's a band now.
He
stop
avoided it wherever he could.
Can I do a medicine check on the whole party and see
for-
if anyone's have a fever?
I mean, to be fair, he was
Go
with
for it.
he was with Archibald for the majority of that travel. He didn't really actually do any of it. And yet it's Archibald with the most crazy idea.
8.
You're all way past the point of being wasted.
It's gone to. I have not accessed my balls as yet, but I will.
It's the
I
fumes.
feel like I should.
Okay, so
You went to the bag and like it's got the fumes of the alcohol.
Guys, they use real strong cleaners in the bag holdings. Like, holy shit, it smells like lemon in there.
You can only breathe in there for 10 minutes, but it's not because the oxygen
You
runs
know
out.
You know what?
I like that.
You know what? I think we all need some fresh air. How about we come back to this idea in a few minutes, get some food and some drink, and then we can.
I don't think we need drink.
Okay, let's drink. Maybe water. Let's get, maybe need to be hydrated. We're a little bit dehydrated right now. Talked a little bit too much.
Okay.
Fresh air, and I am going to walk away to outside to the fresh air. Does anyone join me? Thank you.
I'm gonna wild shape and go for a run. I'm gonna wild shape into a wolf and just go for a bit of a head clearing
Oh
run.
God. What's the weather like today?
Rainy.
It's raining. We discussed this.
That was the previous day. We went to Slickton's then.
It is raining. As soon as you walk out there, Hibboleth starts screeching.
Oh, I think I stayed inside.
Okay.
I already been outside.
I guess on the way there, I imagine Hubeleth was complaining then.
Yes. Very much so. You fried my brain.
How do you think I feel? I've got to figure out how to make 137 pounds disappear.
What are you, Weight Watchers?
Keep going.
I don't even know how to keep going at this point.
Neither do I, honestly.
Um,
What's it? Oh, it's only 9 o'clock.
That's
That's
actually a
about
good
it.
idea. I might want to speak to one of the people, if you have someone on staff who knows about this stuff, and I could maybe get a copy of their charts and some recommendations about where to go through.
I'll ask. I'll ask around and see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
You'd be best served maybe heading down to the docks. And either I'll have someone contact you or you'll find it before I get there.
All right, thank you.
No worries. Before you all go, can I just beg of you that you come to an agreement on a plan before you commit to anything?
Is this Fenrir or Oscar?
Fenrir.
both. So I think our home
Oscar is perfectly happy for all of you to not commit to shit and then die. But Fenrir cares about you.
Oh my god. Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Please.
Oh god.
Okay.
I said,
You all leave
I'm
the
afraid
log
to RP anymore because I don't know when Hannah is RPing or not, and I'm afraid to yell at Hannah, not
You were yelling
Zariel.
at Hannah. It was kind of
because like there was no way of me. You didn't
Well, if you want, I
mention
can put my
it.
southing accent on for Sariel from now on.
You could just send
Please.
Hannah here.
Just
and
do an
I'll
Australian
leave.
I mean,
accent.
like the southern New Zealand accent, which
Oh,
I hide.
please.
No, that was just it because
I
like
want
You have
her, I
another
want
accent.
her to
I
be a
do.
cuzzy.
That is not a southern accent.
I don't care. I want her to be a cuzzy.
You want me to be like, boo,
Yeah.
want you?
Yeah. bro.
Space head? No.
No.
it's just because there've been times throughout the session where it's,
Do you want me to start saying girl and
no,
twirl and
no,
twirl?
just
You all leave the log room.
If you're not being RP,
Yeah.
The log room has been left.
they just
You have vacated. You have vacated the log room.
hey, someone stole the bag.
You are crossing
Ready to go.
and now you are heading somewhere. Where are you heading?
Here's the
Do
best
you-
thing about this.
Do you really want my suggestion, Oscar?
I am
Like Hannah's suggestion?
no, I don't.
okay.
Because-
No
This
single
is
one.
now group wise. What are we doing? Are we going from a boat? Or are we doing his plan?
Okay,
I haven't figured out my plan yet. Just
My suggestion.
Okay,
fine.
in that case, we
Yes.
don't do his plan.
okay,
It's been timed. Sorry, it's been an hour. Goodbye.
okay. I think.
Oh, I have pins and needles.
Okay, I think
And
that
you.
the whole boat thing seems like so much of a hassle that we should just check to see whether any of the major ships will go closer, or close enough that it's less hassle than
That's
flying
kinda my-
over the Scarlands.
Thought process.
Are we? What do we want on this island again? I need to remember this shit.
We want more information
Yeah. Okay.
by exploring
war-
one of the forts.
You are
War's
aware that
base is
Fenrir
there.
thinks there is a hideout of some sort
Yes.
of war and previously pestilence.
It's a
Because of
horseman
some
hideout.
intelligence that he had gathered on
Yes.
his own previously.
Okay.
So it's a
good.
horseman
He had
hideout.
been trying in the past
Okay.
to get to the island, but was
Yep.
unable to himself
Should discuss.
due to the current circumstances,
He
or due to the
should have.
circumstances at the time, because he was trying to go through the barrier jungle
Yeah.
and did not have the means to get around through
He
Ekranora.
didn't invest in a flying shovel. That was his problem.
He didn't have a flying shovel. It is part of the problem.
How's the calculations going?
He may
Getting
have teleportation circle, but he does not have.
I mean, I could just not eat for like 2 days.
That's not
With
an
that,
option.
with that, like,
I mean, I could
No, wait,
I
no.
could shrink to like 5 feet. And that's the smallest you can go from medium. So I can be light. I can
I
be
also-
very small, but at the same time,
I also
that's a lot of
think that-
security risks for him.
I also think that one of the things that's maybe making things harder for you is that you are overestimating the conversion factor from kilograms to pounds.
Nope. I'm doing all this math in pounds.
How?
And by you,
I just
mean,
leave off the
I mean-
kg at the end. literally, I asked for everyone's weight in pounds. The cards are in pounds.
Why do
Okay.
people ever complain about the metric system? It's that easy. Just switch.
It's
I
genuinely.
mean, I'm 180 pound, which would be about 85 kilos.
I'm 81 kilos, and I don't know what that is in
No, it wouldn't
pounds.
actually. It would be.
Uh,
Well, I'm 86 kilos in real life, and that's 191 pound.
Oh, so I'm like 180 or something. I don't know.
188 ish.
Oh, God. Okay, are we going to get a boat? Is that, like, that's the best option we have. Get a boat. Go do the long way around. Or do we get a boat, levitate it, then just everyone sit in
The
that
math
boat,
doesn't
and
work
then
for it.
get a
Okay.
large
Not
boat?
yet.
Of-
Maths
not-
doesn't work for it yet.
He's going to make the math work for him.
What about my idea?
We could just have a
What was your
slower
idea?
trip.
Hannah, you're part of the group.
No.
You should take
I'm
the
looking
idea.
directly at the DM.
Don't look at me, look at the screen.
This is a group. What? I can't read for that far.
Wait, what?
Break!
That's not brave.
Ah, he's on a long rest.
That's not brave.
I'm working. Oh God.
What I whispered in his ear was
No,
that
no.
We
We are not leaving. We are sorting this out.
Well, what I whispered
Alright.
in his ear was the.
Glenn,
that we
if you
should
come to an
just
idea in
break.
5 minutes, then we go with it. If not, you get axed.
We could just go slower. It'd take us an hour to get through the Scarlands, but our weight is at 267 pounds.
So it takes the entire flying spell's duration then.
No,
Using
we
the
use the
broom.
shovel of flying.
Okay.
I just keep
But how long does the
recasting
levitate?
levitate.
How long does that go for?
10 minutes.
And
I
that's
have-
first level.
It
you've
is second level. I have
got second level. You have seven
Considering-
slots worth.
yes. I have
Actually,
an
you
hour.
just have less.
I have an
slots, 'cause
hour
you
and
have a
10.
lower
I'm
level.
going to head down to the docks and
Okay.
find someone to tell me about whether there are any shipping lanes which come kind of close.
Okay.
I am at my.
You make your way down to the docks. Is anybody following John Law?
I am in wolf form.
I
Silkus
am.
wants nothing to do with ships.
Which is a shame
He's
because
not gonna be
Silkus is
there.
probably the best person to find someone.
I'm just like following John absentmindedly. I've got the meme of all the mass swirling around in front of me.
the meme.
I'm
Silkus
following
will-
him, but I'm following him as a wolf.
Silkus will go with Silkus will go with John if he needs help with.
Silkus will go with docks. Yes, he will.
He'll go with John to help any kind of.
John, you make your
Way
way
of
down to the
discussion.
docks. You take the many stairs that lead down to the very southernmost tip of the Gulf and begin to make your way across the harbour, looking for anyone who
Yeah.
might know of the best route to take in this particular situation. You're going with?
Yeah, but I'm a wolf.
Are you also going with?
Yeah, but I'm distracted.
Cool.
Yeah.
You might not want to be distracted.
I'm
on the
gonna
stairs.
look up and suddenly there's a staircase and be like, what?
down.
I mean,
Like
could
you
we
trip
just
over and I have to catch you.
just make an intelligence check and see if you fail and you don't. If you succeed, then
I'm
you
going to
made
make a
it.
check right now, actually. You know what? This is my check.
It was a 10.
That is going to do it for the session.
Ah, no.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We very much appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this absolute insanity today, please follow us on Twitch and go Twitter. There's mine up there and MA's over there and everyone else is below their little bubble.
Except ours.
Except, yeah, Flip.
Even
Michael,
that's become more
Hannah's.
difficult.
And, yeah, no bananas tomorrow because Anna's sick. We'll be back next week at 6 o'clock p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Until then, thank you so very much for watching. We will see you next time. Take it easy.
And breezy.